13.
December 10th, 1994. The Lancers of Bishop Amat appear destined for glory as they roar down the sideline toward their dream. That dream, a CIF championship. But on that fateful night, it was the Monarchs who were bigger, stronger, faster. It would be Mater Dei who would point toward the heavens in celebration, the celebration of champions. In 1975, the Cubs of Loyola savored the crowning achievement of being named champions of the CIF and the nation. In the next 20 years, Loyola would return to the championship game only twice, winning in 1990, losing to Bishop Amat in 92. Tonight, the Cubs of Loyola and the Lancers of Bishop Amat will take the field to see who will climb the mountain and wear the crown of champion.
They've been working on this all year long. This is our big chance. Execute it. Championship of the city, and you're on it. Come on, come on. What do you think we're in here for?
This is the Southern Section Division I Football Championship. Live from the Memorial Coliseum, it's the Cubs of Loyola and Lancers of Bishop Amat.
Number 80, Antoine Harris.
A very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Tony Hernandez, bidding you welcome to this venerable and historic venue where tonight on UPN 13, two schools will be trying to write their place in the history of Southern Section Division I high school football. The Bishop Amat Lancers, who were in this game a year ago on the losing end after winning the title in 1992, and the Loyola Cubs, who won this championship game 5 years ago. Now, these two teams certainly are not strangers to each other. They both come from the Del Rey League. They've already played each other once this season, and they represent a very proud rivalry that has prospered over many years. Now, we have a special invitation to you viewers tonight. If you would like to ask a question, you can do so by using your email. Ah, yes, isn't the technology of the 1990s wonderful? Here is the email address that you may use to ask us a question, and if we can answer it, we will. The address is CIFchamps at, you know, the at sign, the capital 2 on your keyboard, AOL.com. One more time, CIFchamps at AOL.com. Now, we mentioned that these two teams, Amat and Loyola, played each other previously this season in the Del Rey League game. Amat won that contest by the score of 24-17. And a very interesting play occurred in that contest. It happened on this kickoff right here. Amat kicking off to the Cubs. Now watch what happens after the ball is received. Remember the old days on the playground? Loyola forms what looks like a rugby scrum, and then one player breaks out with a ball. That is Ryan Capolbo, who can't be stopped by anybody. He goes 95 yards for the touchdown. Despite that gimmick play, Loyola still lost 24-17. Amat came in first place in the Del Rey League this year. Loyola was right behind him in second place. Here are some vital statistics from their first meeting this year. Ryan Capolbo's touchdown return on the kickoff, of course. Ralph Brown, 35 carries, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns. However, Amat has dominated this series. They've won the last 11 meetings. In the booth for us tonight, doing the play-by-play and analysis, respectively, Randy Rosenblum and Ron Glazier. So let's join them now.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Hernandez. Here we go again, Ron. It should be fun. Last year, we did not expect Mater Dei to win the crown, and they did. Tonight, dead even. Bishop Amat and Loyola, it's a picket football game, even though Amat won earlier this year. And one of the mainstays of the Amat football squad is Ralph Brown, rushing for better than 2,000 yards.
Well, Ralph Brown is replacing somewhat of an institution in Dalen McCutcheon from last year. There you see his outstanding statistics. Randy, I predict before this evening is over, Ralph will probably break one off for 40 or 50 yards. He's got great speed and he's got great quickness.
Of course, when you talk about Bishop Amat, they're a terrific team because of their defense as well. Booker Bell makes a lot of tackles. And in the secondary, Abel Martinez was terrific in the championship game last year.
Well, that's right. And their defense is set up so that Bell, their linebacker, will make most of the tackles. Frankly, if Martinez, who's their second leading tackler, has too many tackles tonight and needs him, Mike Vanis is picking up good yards. They don't want that to happen.
The coach of Bishop Amat is Tom Salter. He's only lost 2 games in 2 years, but he's haunted by losing the one last year.
You know, this has been really a tough year for Tom Salter. I talked to him. Last year they came into this game. They had an opportunity to be #1 in the United States, according to USA. Of course, they got beat to Mater Dei, and I asked Tom what kind of an effect that had on him and on his team and what it might have done in preparing him for tonight's game. Here's what he had to say.
Well, I think it really motivated us in the offseason. The senior class really, after the game, really was motivated highly to get back into this championship game. And we've had a lot of breaks to get here. And it's a kind of a new group. Many of those players didn't even play in the game. We had a lot of new kids this year, but it's very, you know, it highly motivated us to get back here and give us an opportunity to play in the championship game again.
Well, they have Ralph Brown right at Mater Dei. Loyola says, we got a back who's just as good, Mike Vanis.
Well, Mike Vanis is an outstanding back. I don't think he has the same kind of speed as a Ralph Brown has, but he's a very powerful runner. The thing I like about Mike Vanis, Randy, is that he'll pick up an awful lot of yards on a second and third effort. It takes more than one tackler to bring him down. He's a good one. 2
outstanding players on defense for the Cubs, Matt Stoll and Steve Progene.
Well, Matt Stoll really is the heart and soul of this football team. He is really their leader. He makes an awful lot of tackles. And, of course, Steve Progene, he's being recruited by a lot of Division I teams, probably as an outside linebacker. He's a good one also.
Steve Grady, the head football coach, 20th year at Loyola. But he, too's haunted. He can't beat Bishop Amat. He's 1-15.
It is unbelievable. Here's one of the best coaches in the CIF and certainly one of the better teams in the CIF in Loyola. But for some strange reason, I don't know if it's, well, you just don't know what it is. And I asked Steve, what is it that keeps his team from beating this other team? They're 1-14 against Bishop Amat. Here's what he had to say.
Well, first of all, I don't think we've been a much better football team most of the time we played them. But I don't know. It's kind of strange that we've lost that many times to them over the years. You know, that's just me. The kids, they've lost to them twice, and this year they get another chance, which in most years you don't get that second chance. And so we're excited about being here. I'm sure they feel good about us being here, but we get another try at them, and our kids are looking forward to it.
Bishop Amat and Loyola, the championship at stake. It's countdown to the title. Back with more from the Coliseum right after this.
Tonight's telecast of the Southern Section Division I Football Championship has been brought to you by the Toyota dealers of Southern California. See your Toyota dealer today and you'll be sold. And by Carl's Jr. Big, juicy, messy burgers. If they don't get all over the place, they don't belong in your face.
Did you know that Toyota dealers have been having Toyotathons for 17 years? I did. Did you know that means great deals like low payment leases, low APR financing, or even cash back? I thought so. I had to tell my dad, too. That's him over there with my mom. She's looking at a new Avalon. My dad's getting a Camry for himself. He took my advice. Remember, Toyotathon only lasts a short time.
Carl's Jr. and UPN 13 are bringing you this hard-hitting, in-your-face action of the Division I championship game. To celebrate tonight's exciting event, Carl's Jr. is offering you a chance to win one of 8 trips for 2 to fly all over the place with Southwest Airlines. Go into a participating Carl's Jr., tackle a juicy Carl's Jr. burger, and pick up an entry form. It's in your face and all over the place with Carl's Jr.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here. What will it take to get people to work at home?
Citizens of California, you may now work at home using Pacific Bell telecommuting services. Phone, fax, email, so please, go home. Stroke your pet, be with your family.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
Thank you. You're very kind.
I had Frankie Malone on 24-hour surveillance.
but all I could see was roasted turkey on Russian rye with a smooth layer of Miracle Whip. Trouble was, the only thing in sight was mayo, but it had no kick.
You happy now, Holiday?
Yeah. Now I had a sandwich that'd make a grown man weep, which is what I wanted to do to Malone. With a third less fat than mayo and a tangy zip, nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip.
Hey, she looks familiar.
It's Annie.
What?
Our sideline reporters tonight, let's meet them. First, let's check in with Artie Ojeda.
Thank you very much, Randy. You talked about the dominance Bishop Amat has had in this series, but the coaches like to compare it to the USC-UCLA rivalry. Once the teams step on the field, the emotion of the moment will take over this tab with the emotion here on the Bishop Amat sideline as tonight's game unfolds. Over side of the field, brace yourself. Here he is, Kiss FM's Vic the Brick Jacobs. Take it away, Vic.
Thank you, Artie. Of course, I'm here on the Loyola sideline. All boys school, of course, Loyola, but they have cheerleaders from Notre Dame Academy and Immaculate Heart, and they have a message for the Lancers.
Hey, Mom! You eat the brick? Eat it!
Hey, yikes! Back to you guys in the booth. I'm telling you.
All right, we're going to have the kickoff with Loyola and Bishop Amat. And the Cubs, with their terrific record of 11-2, their losses to Antelope Valley, and of course, the much talked about setback when they fell 24-17 to the Lancers. The Cubs will kick off. Mike McGillivray, who has a very strong leg, will tee it up from the 40-yard line. Back deep, the two starting wide receivers, Andrew Woolsey and Joey Getherall. And it'll be Woolsey bringing it back. Only out across the 20. Hit and dropped at that point. And now we'll take a look at the Lancer offense. Ralph Brown, of course, is splendid, better than 2,000 yards. Brian Russell will pilot the team. Sabato basically a blocking back. Now this is the starting signal caller, Brian Russell. Brown trying to get outside to his left camp. You know the Cubs will be keen on Ralph Brown. He had Ralph better than 2,000 yards this year. McGoldrick made the stop there, the lineman that'll make it happen for the Lancers. They really like Brian Poland. Second down and 9 with the ball placed at the 21-yard line. Getherall outside the 25 to the 27. Ryan Capalbo made the stop. And the Lancers, as you look at Capalbo, will rehuddle and look at 3rd and 2. There's our defense. Steve Pergine, the most talked about of those performers up front. John Williams is very good as a linebacker. And Matt Stoll. 3rd and 2, the run from the eye. Brown should have a first down. Stoll and Williams, the linebackers, over there to get him, but not before Brown has that first down.
And the key that we can all be looking for this evening, Randy, is big number 81. He's a tight end, of course, for Bishop Amat. Whatever side of the field he lines up on, it's a pretty good bet that Ralph Brown will be running it that way.
There's the secondary. Scott Walter made the big defensive play in the semifinals to get them here. Knocked the ball away against Los Alamitos in the waning moments. Verdi, the tight end, is the man shifting, number 81. And this is Brown. And he's in trouble. A swarming defense by the Cubs. Eric McGoldrick leading the charge.
One of the keys, according to Steve Grady, is to make sure that when Brown gets the football that they don't allow a 4 or 5 yard gain to turn into a 40 or 50 yard gain. And there you see some really good gang tackling.
Player is down, so there's a timeout for the moment. Be second down and 10 as they attend to John Williams, the linebacker. He's a senior. Second team All-Day Del Rey League, and you can see what happened on that particular play.
Well, there you see Williams, number 30. He just gets crunched in the big pile there, and a couple of ball players fall on his leg, and he's hurt. Let's hope it's not too serious.
He is a vital component in that Loyola defense, and he's being helped to his feet. Again,
like
all Del Rey League. It's a good sign, though, that he's up. And hopefully, for the Cubs' sake, he'll return to action. Second down and 11. Bishop Amat's first possession of the ball game. There's the quarterback, Brian Russell. Kind of an oddity. Brian Russell loves to block. When Ralph Brown carries it, he may be leading the block. Play action. Russell, nice scramble out across the 35. Andy Kerwin, number 79, there to greet him.
Pretty good job that time by Andy Kerwin. He's a big old lineman, and he was able to run down the quarterback. Showed some pretty good speed there.
3rd and 6. We're scoreless early in the first quarter. The Division I championship at stake. 8:45 remain. Lancers in blue. Russell with the deep drop. To Ralph Brown. Has a first down and a lot more. To the 30, at the 20, to the 10. Put it on the board. 6 for the Lancers.
Well, that's what we were talking about, Randy. The ability of a Ralph Brown with his incredible speed to take a short gain and turn it into the home run. And there we're going to see it, nothing more than a simple little pass. Ralph comes out of the backfield, catches the ball in the middle of the field, and just frankly outruns everybody with his great speed.
A new year, a new star. Last year it was McCutcheon going all the way. This year it's Ralph Brown. Vasquez for the point after. And Santiago has it. Well, a bolt of lightning for Tom Salter's team in the form of Ralph Brown. 7-0 for the Lancers.
Monday on UPN, it's Cop Files and Trial by Jury. 2 special presentations, 1 arresting hour of television.
We got a large street fight here.
And while Cop Files gives you the right to remain silent,
please open up.
Trial by Jury doesn't.
All right.
Because for the first time ever, you can call in your verdict simply by dialing one of these numbers. How's that for swift justice?
Beginning Monday at 9, following Star Trek Voyager on UPN 13.
There are those who appreciate a big, thick, juicy Carl's Jr. superstar. And there are those who don't. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Finally free!
At last, great tasting ham with no fat from Oscar Mayer. Slow cooked, delicious, and yes, fat-free.
Yes!
That's why we call it new Oscar Mayer Free. Fat-free ham.
I'll tell him it's over after dessert.
This must have taken forever.
Oh, no, actually.
So the time you spent on this symbolizes the time you want to spend with me.
Exactly.
Jell-O no-bake cherry cheesecake. No-bake one tonight.
Lancers by 7-0. A 64-yard catch and run by Ralph Brown. He is a magnificent football player. He gives the Lancers the early lead in this championship game. Vasquez now to kick off. See what Loyola can do with its first possession of the night. And they'll have good field position.
Vanis returning. Well, Mike Vanis is terrific. Let's now isolate on his counterpart, Ralph Brown.
You see Brown coming up, faking a block, and just curling right over to the middle of the field there. And then there's something you can't teach, and that's speed. And Mr. Brown's got it. But once he gets past that second wave, he's off to the races. Easy 6 points.
Well, Ralph Brown had 6 touchdowns in a game in the playoffs in the second round against Redlands. And his talents are obvious. A penalty on that return by Vanis, and the Cubs will have to start from their 21-yard line. There's the Bishop Amat Lancer lead now at 7-0. The defense now can dig in. Ray KASPER is the quarterback. Long signal count. And it's the first back through Matt Stoll. Justin Hayward right in the middle of the pile. Number 79, a sophomore defensive tackle, as they went to Stoll, who doesn't carry it all that often. Kind of a change of pace.
Well, yeah, Stoll, of course, is better known for a blocker. It just is the same with Amat. When you look at their big tight end, you want to watch Antoine Harris, tight end for Loyola.
Mike Vanis, of course, capable of carrying it 30 or 35 times and picking up a lot of real estate. He's the key man of that offense. 7:10 left first quarter. Lancers by 7. Capalbo, the motion man. And this is Vanis. Twisted down. Christopher Morales with the stop. See all those stars on the helmet? You think you'd be going to Ohio State with that many stars, huh?
Same as the Buckeyes. Huh?
Yeah, well, Eddie George won the Heisman. Maybe Mike Vanis will get it in years to come. The rest of the offense of these Cubs will have to be in a surly mood. Robert Quigley is outstanding, the quick guard. Down by a touchdown early. 3rd and 4. Long signal count by KASPER. And he's going to throw for the first time, and he guns it. Terrific throw. Martinez finally had to make the stop. Making the grab nicely was Eric McGoldrick. Number 26 would play both defense, and you can see he can grab the ball on offense.
He's a wide receiver, and he comes and curls right over the middle. A very nicely thrown ball that time, right in between the 2 defenders, and McGoldrick with good concentration picks up, frankly, a very important first down for him.
How about that throw by KASPER, challenging the defense, throwing into traffic. 3 defenders in the area. There's the pitch to Vanis. That's why he's so good. Look how tough he is. Abel Martinez drags him down, but Mike Vanis is so good. Let's go down to the sideline on the Bishop Amat sideline, and Artie Ojeda.
Maybe it's a good sign for Bishop Amat, but during that first series that they had the ball, head coach Tom Salter, his headset was not working. He had no communication with any of his assistant coaches. His solution? Give the ball to Ralph Brown. Back up to you.
It's a solution that worked. I think they'll continue with that solution. Nice answer. Ball to 45 for the Cubs. Stoll. Very little running room.
A little misdirection that time. Take the ball to Vanis, of course, who is a primary runner, but the Bishop Amat defense stayed home.
The line and linebackers. Mark Birdie is outstanding. The secondary. Also Booker Bell. Linebackers very good, leads the team in tackles. Stoll didn't need a lot of yardage. He fell forward for the first down out at the 48. The Cubs, no stranger to the championship game as you look at the defenders that'll be locked onto the receivers. Timeout called by Loyola. Each team looking for its 5th championship this evening. The Cubs, the first time out, will take it with them. 7-0 for the Bishop Amat Lancers in this first quarter.
Hello, I'm your Pacific Bell spokesperson. Is your phone working?
Yes.
Perhaps I should just check.
Okay.
Oh, the dial tone. It's excellent. Okay, is there anything else I can help you out with? trust your hedges only to a trained telecommunications expert?
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
So what are you doing today? Today, Bob Johnson is in a home-based nursery picking out the perfect ficus. Nancy Malone is at home base finding mini blinds at guaranteed low prices. Bruce and Janice Miller are getting a free in-home consultation from a home-based kitchen designer. And today, the Parkers are using their new home-based credit card to save 10% on their first purchase. There are a million other ways we can help. Surely you can think of one. Home base, ready to help.
Lancers in front, 7-0, 4:42 left in the first quarter. Randy Roosevelt, Ron Glazer upstairs, Artie Ojeda and Victor Burke-Jacobs on the sidelines. Tony Hernandez, our host. There's the host of the Loyola offense, Ray Kasper. First down from his 48. Vanis coming right at you with some good blocking. He gets to the perimeter in a hurry. He has a first down to the Lancer 34.
I think they're going to bring this one back, though, Randy. I think we're going to see a penalty called on Loyola. Unfortunately, because it was a nice game by Vanis, but all for naught.
That'll be the holding infraction that'll wipe out the nice effort.
Let's take a look here and see if we can see where this infraction occurs. And it looks like it's right there. You see the big hole coming up there. The left tackle of Loyola is holding number 55. You can't do that, especially when the official is standing right there. They caught him for it, wiped out a nice game.
Look into that huddle. They're back at their 40-yard line. First and 18 after the holding. Kasper's already shown us he's got a pretty good arm. Harris shifting over to the right side, the massive tight end. Vanis, tough to bring down, wiggles upfield before Booker Bell tackled him. On the Loyola sideline tonight is Victor Burke-Jacobs, and he has a special guest.
Thank you so much. Of course, in the clash of two great Catholic schools, who better to be here than the Archbishop of Los Angeles, Cardinal Roger Mahoney. Cardinal, who do you like in the game tonight?
I like the Catholic team. Catholic team's going to do it tonight.
You heard it straight from the Cardinal. Somebody Catholic's going to win this game. Back to you guys in the booth.
Well, that's a prediction you can't disagree with. Oh, one of them right now. The Lancers out to a 7-0 lead. Cubs trying to counter. Nice hiding to the ball by Kasper. That's a good-looking play, isn't it? Kasper makes the catch. And he should have enough for the first down. The 42 and he reaches the 40 of Bishop Amat.
You can see the receiver help out his quarterback right here. Number 12, of course, Kasper goes back to throw the football. And watch Matt Patterson come back with the football right there. Makes a nice catch. Keeps concentration, picks up a nice first down.
Kasper showing us a pretty good arm. Vanis, sweep right. Trying to cut back against the grain. Takes it down to the 35-yard line. Justin Hayward made the tackle.
And again, I think a pretty good key here is if you look at what side the big Antoine Harris goes to, number 80, that's the Loyola tight end. Oftentimes you're going to see the ball run that way.
Enter the in-your-face and all-over-you-the face Carl's Jr. Sweepstakes. You can be one of 8 winners to receive free airfare for 2 to fly anywhere Southwest Airlines flies. Get your official entry form at participating Carl's Jr. Vanis near side. Rolls down to the 30-yard line. Ralph Brown, the touchdown makes it for the Lancers, rolls them down. There's Ralph. Tremendous two-way performer. Was on the team last year that was dealt that emotional blow, losing to Mater Dei.
Well, you know, with McCutcheon, of course, he played both ways last year for Bishop Amat. Now he goes on to SC. Everybody, I think, thought he was going to be an outstanding running back. He's turned into be one heck of a defensive back. And maybe the same thing will happen to Ralph Brown. SC, of course, one of the schools that's recruiting Ralph, among others.
Of course, Dale and McCutcheon told us prior to the game last season that he prefers playing defense, and
That would hold true with his efforts at Southern Cal.
Now, you know, football's a real physical game, and I think if you like to hit people, you get much more of an opportunity to do so on defense than you do on offense. But frankly, if I had a football team, McCutcheon, Brown, they could play either way for me.
Nate Sabato being helped to the Bishop Amat sideline. Hey, these Cubs are starting to rattle some cages. They've moved the football on a 10-play drive.
Well, this is a team with with an incredible tradition, Randy, and they'll never give up. They're well coached. They're dedicated. This is a team that has no quitting.
And they're keeping the offense of the Lancers off the field. 7-0 Bishop Amat. Nice faking to Vanis, and the quarterback Kasper carried the football forward. Tackled by Christopher Morales, the senior defensive lineman.
Well, again, anytime it looks as if Vanis may get the football, there's no question that the Lancers have got to respect that. That's the most prevalent weapon that Loyola's got. They'll respect that. It's very important for their linebackers to stay home, however, and they did a good job of it that time, limiting Kasper to very short yardage.
A sustained march. Matt Peterson flanked wide to the right side. Would they dare throw the football? Kasper's looking in that direction. Now he's challenged and runs it down to the 25-yard line. Mark Verdi made the tackle.
Oh my goodness, Peterson was out there to the right, and I am sure that you will see that play run before this game is over with, because he was wide open.
Bishop Amat Lancers have had some injury problems in the first quarter. Artie, what do you have for us?
Well, Nate Sabato is walking off an injury, Randy, to his right knee. He's got a pretty heavy knee brace that he wears on that knee right now. He was over on the trainer's table. They rubbed him down. Now he's trying to walk it off. It looks like maybe he's back in the game.
Thanks for the report. We hope he comes back. Third down and 5 at the 25, and a flag is down.
We got to go back that last play, Randy. I mean, that was 6 points right there for Kasper. Had he been able to see Peterson, unfortunately he wasn't able to do so, but there had to be a breakdown that time in the Bishop Amat defensive back to allow that guy to get that wide open. I'm sure we'll see that play again.
All the flag will bring up a 3rd and 10, and Loyola's pleading its case. There's Tom Salter. Loyola's won their case. Tom Salter won't like that. Hey, they have a pretty good arbitrator on the Cubs side.
Well, maybe we're looking at a future attorney here, huh?
A barrister.
I'll tell you one thing. This school sends something like 98% of their graduates go on to 4-year colleges, and overall as a team, they've got a 3.2 GPA. They're not just good football players. They're really scholar athletes.
Now the Cubs are going to call a timeout. They'll be looking at 3rd and very short. And you see the Lancers go to the sideline. They want to talk with this young man, Tom Salter. We will take a break. Time is winding down in this first quarter. Amat holding on to a 7-point lead.
Looks like an egg beater. It's a baby shaving. Yeah, 2 elephants kissing. It's Gandhi, and he's doing that Heisman Trophy thing.
When you eat a big, juicy Carl's Jr. double Western bacon cheeseburger, you pretty much forget about everything else. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Well, we came to IKEA because we're getting married in
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And we still don't have a bed.
Yeah.
This is really nice, right?
I would say I'm pretty nervous.
IKEA's cool because they have tons of styles to choose from.
All of our friends are married. All of them.
All this stuff sort of fits together, and it gives you sort of new ways of looking at rooms.
I won't be able to leave the toilet seat up.
They don't pressure you at IKEA, which is really nice. Ben doesn't respond well to pressure.
Bishop Amat hit with the big play. Ralph Brown catching the ball from Brian Russell and traveling 64 yards. Now Loyola is grinding it out, gritting their teeth to the tune of a 14-play drive. There's Steve Grady doing it his way. This will be play 14. It's 3rd and short. Everybody digging in on this one. the Lancer 20. Kasper carries for a first down. 2 yards for Ray Kasper. He's a junior, and he was all Delray Lee. Starting shortstop on the baseball team as well.
He's a good quarterback. He doesn't look all that good throwing the football, but he's got a very strong arm. He's very accurate, and I think most importantly, he doesn't make mistakes. He won't throw the interception. He won't just throw the ball up. He's very, very conservative when it comes to that.
10 touchdown throws this year. 54% accuracy with his aerial. At the 18-yard line. They call on Vanis again. And he skips out of bounds close to the 10. Daniel Bravo ran him out. Arco and AMPM, the title sponsor of the CIF, salute all those athletes who have that winning spirit. 7 yards for the very fine running back Mike Vanis. Had 228 yards rushing in the semifinal victory last week over Los Alamitos. An incredible 575 in the 3 playoff games. He's on quite a roll. And so are the Cubs. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Matt Stoll into the middle of the line, and that's where Justin Hayward is.
Now, Vanis is tough, and no question he's having a fine game so far, but I think he'd be the first one, Randy, to tell you how important a Matt Stoll is to him, how important an Antoine Harris, how important his offensive line is.
That will conclude the first quarter with Loyola on the doorstep. Ralph Brown has the 1 touchdown of the quarter for Bishop Amat. He flew for 64, but Loyola may tie it when we come back in a moment.
Here comes one. Oh, an 87 Buick station wagon. Got it. 74 Volkswagen Beetle. A 285 horsepower V8 6-speed 1996 Chevy Camaro Z28.
Yeah, but what color?
There's an exciting new world out there, and one company is helping you put it all within your reach.
Now's a great time to be alive. The world is moving to a brilliant sun. Now is a great time for man, woman, child. I tell you, children, I tell you something. Listen, people, I tell you something. My human family, I tell you a truth.
It's all within your reach.
That's your true choice. AT&T.
I just bought this house. Oh my God. I feel like I just bought a life. Everything in this room is from IKEA. I wanted furniture that shows something about me, that shows I'm not just about work. A lot of people say, don't you want to get married? Like I'm behind schedule. IKEA furniture is affordable and has personality. Like this couch. It doesn't look like my grandmother's couch. It's the first time everything is my own. That's my date. I'm gonna go get that.
What's on your holiday wish list?
For starters, 2 more hands, an extra bathroom, 4 more hours in the day.
This time of year, there's never enough of you to go around. That's why Thrifty Drugs and Payless drugstores have extended holiday hours. So for last-minute gifts or prescriptions, we're here when you need us.
Definitely a maid and a cook. Maybe a chauffeur, a nanny.
Merry Christmas from Thrifty and Payless.
12 minutes in the book. Second quarter upcoming. Bishop Amat back on its heels, though. Loyola. The 17th play of the drive. They've eaten up better than 8 minutes. They're looking at third and a short 2 from the Lancer 10. Vanis should have enough for a first down. It will be close, though, as Mark Verthi made the hit. Depending on the spot of the ball, I think he's got enough for the first down.
I do too, Randy. You talk about an 8-minute drive. This is a coach's dream come true when you want to keep the Ralph Browns of the world off the field. They're blazing speed. You keep the football for your own offense.
Problem is you don't keep Ralph Brown off the field. He's playing defense.
Well, I know, but he's, in my opinion, he's going to hurt you a lot more playing offense than he is playing defense. Although, mark my words, watch you probably pick one off and run it back about 85 yards.
And he does lead his team with 5 interceptions. It is 1st and goal for Loyola. These Cubs have that never say die attitude, an overachieving squad. No one expected them to be here. They bounced top-seeded Fontana in the quarterfinals 31-15, and when everyone read that in the newspaper, they were shocked. Then they came back and knocked off Los Alamitos a week ago, and they were shocked again. Can they do it one more time? Vanis. Not this time. No gain.
Amat was waiting for him that time. Now, if Vanis had a little bit more speed, there was absolutely nobody on the outside. If instead of cutting it up behind his tackle, he'd been able to swing it wide, of course, you need the speed to do that. He'd have picked up 6. You see Vanis take the ball right here. He goes off to his left. Play's designed to go off tackle. What we can't see is absolutely nobody to the left of that play. Vanis could have walked into the end zone had he had the speed to get outside.
Cubs looking for the tying touchdown. There's Vanis, who's been busy early. Trying to manufacture a touchdown. This is Vanis looking to throw. Now he's going to run it back as he reverses his field. Can he turn the corner to the 5? He's down near the pylon and knocked out of bounds by Trey Sorensen at the 1-yard line. Well, he doesn't have the blazing speed, but he certainly has the knowledge. And he had the knowledge to turn it back in the opposite direction.
Now, that was a play that they ran last week, Randy, and they ran it successfully for a touchdown against Los Alamitos. Bishop Amat obviously had this play scouted, knew what was coming, but you've got to give Vanis a great deal of credit for not throwing the ball up for grabs, and he does show some pretty good speed there. Finally, number 49 knocks him down just before he gets into the end zone.
Well, now the Cub faithful come to their feet, and the Lancer fans answer. 3rd and 1 for a Cub touchdown. Stoles the up back, Vanis the I back. Vanis, touchdown. The bell has tolled. The Cubs are within 1. All this is at a good old-fashioned Delray League battle. These are rivals.
There you see nothing fancy about it, just straight power and good blocking, and the offensive line won that battle right there. As you see all the blue uniforms back in the end zone, that means the offensive line won.
Mike Campola, all Delray League place kicker, is on, and he's a good kicker, and he ties the game. There's the touchdown maker, Mike Vanis. So the 2 stars put another star on their helmet. We're dead even in this 2nd quarter.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here.
Day 1. To prove the Pacific Bell calling card works anywhere, I have parachuted into remote, far-flung regions to find a phone. Day 4. I'm lost. I've used my calling card to dig for earthworms. Day 7. Let these be my final words. The Pacific Bell calling card works anywhere, with the caveat that there must be a phone.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
Farewell.
It is perfectly legal to eat a juicy new Carl's Jr. 3rd-pound classic double while driving 55 miles per hour in an open convertible. It just isn't very bright. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
My name's Jack Holliday. I make a good cop, but I make an even better sandwich. I'd been tracking down Frankie Malone, and all I could think about was Polish ham on soft potato bread, layered with Miracle Whip. The jar was empty. I went for the mayo, but my gut said Bland City, so I borrowed some from Annie. Smart move. A 1/3 less fat than mayo and a tangy zip. Nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip made my sandwich nice and sassy. Kinda like Annie. but that's a whole nother story.
Loyola marching 79 yards in 9 minutes and 42 seconds ties the game on the short touchdown scamper by Mike Vanis. And along the way, Loyola was 4 for 4 on third down conversion. This kick through the end zone, and the Lancers will start at their 20-yard line. Let's go back to the Mike Vanis score.
Well, again, nothing fancy about this. Just straight power up the middle. The offensive line does a good job. What that long drive accomplished, Randy, is really two things for Loyola. Number one, of course, at foremost, most important, they scored 7 points. But it also kept their defense off the field. They're well rested now.
Artie, how's that touchdown affected Bishop Amat sideline?
Randy, down here on the Bishop Amat sideline, needless to say, the players are getting an earful from the defensive coaches. In particular, they're pointing out a couple of third and long situations that should not have happened. They are asking the players, imploring to step it up a notch. Back up to you.
Well, Brian Russell had trouble, and he might get an earful after that drop right there on the snap. As you see, the 20-play drive, 9.5 minutes, and Vanis's run. Despite that muff, Russell able to pick up 2 yards. There's Brian. Has a touchdown throw to Ralph Brown in this first half. We're tied at 7. Ralph Brown has the ball and explodes to the 29. Andy Kerwin, the nose guard, tackled him, but not before this fine running back Ralph Brown had 7 yards in his hip pocket.
Of course, the linebackers of Loyola are going to have to do the job right here, because it figures that the hole will be open up. Brown is so very quick, he'll get through that initial hole on the line. The linebackers are going to have to be making the tackles. Again, as we talked earlier, Randy, if the defensive backs are making the tackles, that will not bode well. It'll mean that Brown is picking up way too much yardage.
One of the Cup players down, being helped up, and again it's number 30, John Williams, who was shaken up earlier tonight. Came back in. This time, the way they're holding his arm, it's obviously a real stinger to that arm. And Williams is a game young man. I got to believe he'll come back in.
That looks like it could be a shoulder injury, Randy. His left shoulder, the way he's drooping it right there. You hope it's not separated. You hope it's not a collarbone. You hope maybe it's just a muscle or a nerve kind of a thing. Let's see if we can see where he gets hurt this time. Let's look for number 30. Man, it's pretty tough to see him in that pileup, but you can see some pretty ferocious hitting going on right there. And there he is right on top, and he comes down. Looks like when he comes down, maybe the end of that play is where he may have hurt his shoulder. You see number 42 go into his shoulder as he comes up out of the pile, then comes down. Hard to say exactly where it happened. Let's hope it's not serious.
Back to live action. Ralph Brown has carried for 2 yards and a first down. Tied at 7. 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the half. Division I championship game at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Lancers in blue, Cubs in white. Chris Sabato's first carry, number 26. Little misdirection there by Bishop Amat, sending the flow one way and having Sabato come back another.
Well, again, you know, the same principle exists. Of course, they're going to respect Vanis, and anytime you give the football to Stoll, it comes as somewhat of a surprise. Same thing here. You've got to be looking for Brown, so when Sabato gets the ball, he's probably going to pick up at least 4 or 5 yards, and that's exactly what he did.
Just a little change of pace. Second down and 5. And here's the fastball. Sabato was the changeup. The fastball's Brown, and he's across the 40 for just a few. These Lancers will be looking at third down.
If you want to compare it to baseball, I would say this guy throws in the mid-90s.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Third down and 2 for Bishop Amat. Down to 8 minutes left. If you have a dinner invitation tonight, you're on one of these 2 rosters, you're going to get there early. They're moving the clock along. They're keeping it on the ground. Nary a penalty. Third and a big play for both sides. Brown lunges, and it'll be close. Matt Stoll made the tackle.
It depends where the official spots is. They'll have to call for the measurement. Looks to me like, let's take a look at it. It looks to me like he's just a hair short. We'll see the first decision of the evening being made by Salter.
Well, the game is tied at 7, and this is no place for the faint of heart in the championship game.
Whoa.
He's got the first down. He doesn't have to worry about the 4th down call. Very good spot on the lunge after Ralph Brown gave it that extra leap at the tail end of the play.
Richard Smith, of course, the referee in tonight's game. All the officials down there do an outstanding job. You know, when you don't see the flags shown a lot, then you know the officials are doing a good job. They're letting the guys play football, and that's the way it should be.
Good look at Brian Russell. Trying to pilot his team to its 5th championship. Ralph Brown is cut down. Could not turn the corner. Mike Rosa, the strong defensive end. Senior, also Matt Stoll there. They hit him quickly, but he still gets 3 yards as we take a look at Brown on the isolation.
You'll see him get to the hole so very quickly. He's got great vision, and he uses his speed, he uses his quickness that time. A good job by the Cubs.
Lancers, they started this drive at their 20. Ralph Brown exploding to the 50-yard line. Matt Stoll bear hugs him there. That help from Scott Walter out of the secondary. There's Matt Stoll, who's patrolling from sideline to sideline tonight as one of the 5 linebackers for the Cubs.
Well, this guy is really a piece of work, Randy. He is really a free spirit, this Matt Stoll. And it's funny, he's got long, flowing blonde hair. During the football season, of course, all these ball players are required to cut their hair so they don't have any hair sticking out from the helmet. Once the football season is over, he lets his hair grow. He gets a surfboard, and he's out there riding the waves.
Hey, it is Southern California, isn't it? 3rd and 2 for the Lancers. Brown should have another first down in the grasp of Robert Quigley. One of the co-captains is Quigley, number 68. And it is now so indicated, first down for the blue and the gold of Bishop Amat. There's Steve Grady on the sideline. Played for John McKay at USC, a tailback. Not thinking about his glory days with the Trojans, however. Thinking about a Cub championship. First down for the Lancers. Russell sacked back at his 46-yard line.
Vivo that time coming in, doing a great job. Russell just didn't have the time to get the ball off. He's brought down for about a 7-yard loss.
Vivo took the inside track to the quarterback. 2nd and now 18 for the Lancers. And that's what the Cubs will do. They will shoot players from different angles. Russell with the deep drop. Joey Gethero made the grab. John Hilbert made the tackle. There's Brian Russell. Got a good arm. He's like his opponent, Ray Kasper. Both these quarterbacks fully capable of putting the ball downfield.
He's got a good arm, and he's very accurate. He waited that time until his receiver came open, but Woosley did an outstanding job in helping his quarterback coming back for the football.
Russell 3 for 3, 81 yards in the air. Here's a 3rd down. And 8 trying to overcome that sack and get the first down. Gethero in motion. Fake the reverse. Short of the first down. Matt Stoll covering on the play.
You got to just love the job that Matt Stoll did that time, Randy. He stayed home. He didn't buy all that faking in the backfield. And he holds Bishop Amat to about 3 yards to go on first down, and we've got decision-making time. You just got to love this Matt Stoll. He is just an outstanding football player, a great leader of this Loyola football team. Look at the faking going on there, and the linebacker Stoll, he stays right where he should be, uses the sideline to his advantage. It's a nice play.
One for Jeremy Flores on that play. Coming out of the backfield, and let's see if on 4th and 3 he likes to throw or run. Come out of the power I alignment. 7 is the tie. The 4th down try for the Lancers, and a flag is down.
Probably be delay of game. The Lancers may have been looking to draw Loyola offside that time.
They have dead balls, delay of game on the offense, 5 yards.
The other decision, they'll probably punt the football away. Outstanding job by the Loyola defense on this drive.
Now the Lancers will punt it away to Santiago Vasquez. Very nice average, 41 yards. There he is again, Mike Vanis. He's everywhere. Very reliable, sure-handed, very dangerous. And he'll back off of this one, and it's down inside the 10-yard line. Very effective kick. McLaren downed it.
Vanis did a nice job that time. I know we can sit up here and we talk about how easy it is for these backs to catch the punt on the fly, but that time Vanis noticed Kevin McLaurin right in his face, and he did the wise thing, staying away from the football.
Enter the in-your-face and all-over-the-place Carl's Jr. sweepstakes. You can be one of 8 winners to receive free airfare for 2 to fly anywhere Southwest Airlines flies. Get your official entry form right now at a participating Carl's Jr. Vanis sweeping to his left. And he has that ability to carry tacklers, doesn't he? Samuel Galvin dropped him, but a good effort of 4 yards. And this Loyola Cup football team possessing the ball offensively tonight.
And again, that's Vanis's great strength, Randy, is his ability to pick up yardage after he's been hurt. Be interesting. I don't think we've got the statistic, but it would be interesting to see how many yards he gains after that initial contact as opposed to how many yards he gains before he gets hit. I'm sure most of his yards comes after.
He's a candidate for the Player of the Year, as is Ralph Brown. Maybe that honor will be decided tonight. Vanis coming near side, can't get away. Daniel Bravo, number 5, was up there. Samuel Galvin, 55 as well.
Can't get away, but if you saw at the end of that picture there, there had to be at least 5 or 6 blue jerseys around him, taking 5 or 6 to bring him down. His legs just never quit. Just a simple little hand up. He tries to get around his right side. Number 49, of course, from Amat, just makes an outstanding play that time. Sorensen doesn't allow Vanis to get to the outside, and by that time, the rest of the defense gathers up on him and brings him down for loss.
Final minute 35 of the first half. Loyola 7, Bishop Amat 7. 3rd and 9. Lancers hold here. They should get one good crack at the end zone again. Here's Vanis driving out near the 20 and close to a first down. That could really spoil the Lancers' plan. They thought they'd get the ball back at the final minute and bring it back for a touchdown.
They did, and there you see some conservative football. I think everybody in the stadium was expecting a pass that time, and they hand the ball to Vanis, and he shows what he can do and picks up his first down. Look at him cover up that ball with both hands when he knew he was going to get hit. No chance for fumbling the football down here.
That was a vital first down for Loyola. Had they not converted, Bishop Amat would have taken over probably in Loyola territory after the punt.
They'd have had good field position. You're absolutely right, Randy. It's a very big first down. Even if they don't go down and put any more points on the scoreboard, they've accomplished what they want. They've kept Bishop Amat off the field.
How about the Cubs on 3rd down conversions? 5 for 5. Can't get any better than that. 2 split to the right. Kasper throws as a receiver for a first down. It's Matt Peterson out to the 37.
Peterson that time with a great job of concentration. You see him out on the right-hand side. Very strong throw. Peterson goes down and is able to catch the football in between the 2 zone defenders.
McGoldrick and Peterson are flanked to the left now after that grab. Late in the first half, the Cubs want to come down the field and grab the lead. Kasper running to the 40-yard line. Arco and AM/PM, the title sponsor of the CIF, salute all those athletes who have that winning spirit. Randy Rosenblum with Ron Glazer up in the booth. We're going to step aside
We have a tied football game, 30 seconds left of the first half. We'll be back with more from the Coliseum right after this.
Did you know that the Toyota Camry was called the best car built in America? You did? Bet you didn't know that right now, during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get a Camry DX for nothing down and $249 a month. That's right, 0 down and only $249 a month. Aren't you glad you know now? So is my dad. He's over there with my mom.
This is great.
It must be good. My dad is not easily impressed. He's like me. Toyotathon ends soon.
I had Frankie Malone on 24-hour surveillance. But all I could see was roasted turkey on Russian rye with a smooth layer of Miracle Whip. Trouble was, the only thing in sight was mayo, but it had no kick.
You happy now, Holiday?
Yeah. Now I had a sandwich that'd make a grown man weep, which is what I wanted to do to Malone. With a third less fat than mayo and a tangy zip, nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip.
Hey, she looks familiar.
It's Annie.
What?
Loyola has utilized its final timeout of the half. They have 30 seconds remaining to try to break the deadlock. They're at their 40-yard line. Again, they were down near their own end zone when this drive started, and now Bishop Amat says, hey, if you can call a timeout, we still have a few left. Let's get one in right here.
Abel Martinez that time, he obviously saw something that bothered him, and he was frantically looking for the official, waving for that timeout. Finally, they saw him, and they gave the Lancers a timeout.
Well, the Lancers struck first on a touchdown pass of 64 yards from Brian Russell. At Loyola, after a long drive, better than 9 minutes, 20 plays, had Mike Vanis take it into the end zone to tie the game at 7, and that's where we stand right now.
You know, Randy, this Loyola football team, they're actually the oldest high school in Los Angeles. I think this high school got founded in 1865, so here they are celebrating 130 years. You talk about tradition. Of course, both of these schools have outstanding tradition and outstanding administration.
And of course, they'd like to put another championship on the wall. They won the national title as well as the section crown at 75 20 years ago with a 13-0 record. KASPER is airing it out. Wanted Peterson over the middle, no flag, throwing into double team coverage. This goes as a long miss. But this KASPER can wind it up and let it go.
If he gets the time, he can, no question about it. Peterson, you're going to see him isolated off on the left-hand side. He'll go down about 10, 12 yards. Just do a post route right toward the center of the field. Plays very well covered. I think he was maybe looking just to throw the ball up and see if he could maybe pick up an interference penalty. Instead, the three guys went a dancing. Showed he's got a strong arm, though. He threw that ball about 40 yards in the air. Pretty nice pass.
His first miss of the night. He's 3 for 4, 43 yards passing. There's Peterson, who just caught a first down area. McGoldrick in motion. Stole on the carry, and that did not fool the defense at all. He'll lose yardage.
But I think it was a good call because with 13 seconds left, what they really wanted to do on third down was try to run the clock out. Of course, the Lancers aren't going to let them do that. They've called a timeout, and at least they want a shot at returning this punt.
Nate Sabato made the tackle. That's good to see. He went off earlier. He was shaken up. He's back in the game. We're tied late in the first half. We'll return after this.
Startling, new, now even the skinniest person can be Santa. All you need now is a telephone and some holiday spirit.
This is the greatest Christmas ever.
Get everyone on your list just what they want. Great music. Dial 1-800-MUSIC now today and sample the hottest music.
I used to like Halloween more than Christmas, but that was before 1-800-MUSIC now.
You call, you listen, you like it.
That's 1-800-MUSIC now. That's 1-800-MUSIC now.
There's nothing like a warm, cozy fire during the holidays, especially when it's used to cook 8 pieces of flame-broiled chicken. It's the main course of El Pollo Loco's delicious holiday feast, complete with a family-sized Caesar salad, 2 large side dishes, warm tortillas, freshly prepared salsa, and to top it off, a chocolate chip cake. For just $14.99, it's the perfect meal for any gathering. And in true holiday spirit, we'll even gift wrap it for you. Absolutely free. Only at El Pollo Loco. It's that good.
It's 4th down for Loyola. They'll punt it away. As you look at Vanis blocking on this punt. And it is blocked. Joey Getherall and company over there have it for Bishop Amat with 6 seconds left in the half.
Interesting that time. Bishop Amat had all 11 ball players up on the line of scrimmage. Had absolutely nobody back there to receive that punt. They were coming all the way for a block. Unfortunately for them, there's only 6 seconds remaining in the half. Really time for one play. Of course, they're in field goal range. Let's see if they try a field goal, if they see if they can pick up 6. I think they'll go field goal. Obviously, their kicker has got the leg to get it there.
Oh, the block really makes Tom Salter look like a genius. He used his timeouts to force the punt situation, and you can see how they filtered through.
Let's see if Gianpaolo here, who's an outstanding kicker. He's got a long kick this year of 47 yards. This one at the 22 would looks like it'd be about 39 yards. See if he can pick it up.
Vasquez, who will try the placement here, is very accurate. It was Trey Peterson that made the block on that field goal, on that punt try. Peterson with the block. Now let's see what Vasquez does. See now that the Bishop Amat players have a sense that they might take the lead. This will be a testy field goal, though. Placed down at the 29. It's a 39-yard attempt. He's 9 for 11. Long of 43, missed from 44. The other miss was a block.
There's a sidewinder kicking from the right hash marks. He'd rather be more to the center of the field. Let's see what happens.
Russell holds. The spot is good. The kick is underneath the crossbar and failed. And that concludes the first half. Well, we are where we started. We said it was an even game. It is an even football game, tied at 7. And let's go to Vic Jacobs.
So much. I'm here with Coach Grady. Coach, Vanis Brown first half, exactly as advertised.
Pretty good players, aren't they? They really are. Yeah, it's been a hard-hitting football game, and we just dodged a bullet there by getting a block punt and allowing them to have one shot at it. But, you know, I like our drive. I like the way we're moving the ball. I think we're playing pretty good defense, but you got to hold him down, and we'll try to do more of the same in the second half.
Just dodged a bullet that's got to give you a little momentum going into the second half.
Well, it does, but it shouldn't have come down to that. It was, you know, we all year long we have one punt blocked, and you hate to get them blocked in the championship game and have that turn around. So, fortunately, the gods looked down on us and said he's not going to make this one.
Any changes in the second half?
No, I like the way we drove the ball. I mean, the field position we got the second time hurt us a little bit, but the first drive we went, you know, I thought we moved the ball well and got out of, you know, a 15-yard penalty and another 10-yard on some big plays. So, you know, I'm happy with what we're doing. We've got to, we're not getting the ball that much like we, you know, and they're not either. I mean, it's long drives, and either it ends up with a score or a long time-consuming drive. So I don't think we're going to make too many changes.
Coach Grady, let's go back to your Cubs in the locker room. Thanks for joining us. Coach Grady looking for that first win since 1977. I believe the Cubs have momentum. We'll have more halftime festivities right after this.
Did you know that the Toyota Camry was called the best car built in America? You did? Bet you didn't know that right now, during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get a Camry DX for nothing down and $249 a month. That's right, 0 down and only $249 a month. Aren't you glad you know now? So is my dad. He's over there with my mom.
This is great.
It must be good. My dad is not easily impressed. He's like me. Toyotathon ends soon.
'Tis the season for a free deal from AirTouch. Right now, when you sign up on AirTouch service, the AirTouch holiday package is yours, free. That's a free AirTouch cellular phone, free sign-up, free weekend calling until June 1996, and a free $25 AirTouch airtime certificate to use yourself or give as a gift. Call 1-800-AirTouch. Ho, ho, ho.
Hi, I'm Don Sebastiani from Sebastiani Vineyards. For almost 100 years, my family has been here in Sonoma Valley, California, making fine wines. Our finest wines are called the Sebastiani Sonoma Cask and are made from grapes grown right here in Sonoma. We also make wines called August Sebastiani, named after my dad. Wines that are more delicate and more accessible, meant to be enjoyed every day. Enjoy a glass of August Sebastiani tonight.
Naturally decaffeinated, UBAN. Taste this decaffeinated and you will taste the spirit of coffee.
Get your party going with Subway's Party Central Custom Catering. Delicious deli platters and Subway's mile-long party sub. Call us and get everything you need to get your party going.
We are at halftime of the Southern Section Division I high school football championship game, and you couldn't ask for a better game than what we've had thus far. The halftime score, all even, 7-7 between Bishop Amat and Loyola. And of course, as you know by now, the sponsor of tonight's game, ARCO AM/PM, is represented tonight, and we have a very impressive title. In fact, we have two very impressive titles here, and two very impressive gentlemen, goes without saying. The advertising manager of ARCO AM/PM is Kurt Danner, directly to my right, and next to him is Bob Segrin, who, besides being the 1968 gold medalist in the Olympics in the pole vault, is now the marketing director, state CIF. Did I say those were impressive titles? Indeed. Kurt, we're very familiar with the role that corporate America plays, particularly in professional sports, but in high school athletics, what does ARCO AM/PM see as its role?
What we're trying to do here, our objective is to basically work very closely with the high schools and develop things like fundraising, scholarships, and things like that. ARCO can really get involved on the local level and partner the local high schools with the neighborhood AM/PM stores.
Bob, what impact do you feel that corporate sponsors can have on these young high school athletes?
Well, it has a tremendous impact. I mean, obviously today with the budget cuts, I mean, tax dollars are not there, and we just don't have the money coming in to support high school athletics. So without corporate support and companies like ARCO, it would be very difficult to fund the teams that, you know, when I was in high school, I had the luxury of having a varsity team, a junior varsity, a B team, and a C team. But today, they can barely field a varsity team. So we really need to have those corporate dollars flowing in so we can keep our athletic programs alive.
You know, now the tough question, Kurt. Other than the charm of Bob Segrin, what made ARCO AM/PM, of all the things you could sponsor, why go to the CIF?
Well, I think you can see what we have going on here tonight. I mean, this type of event, the incredible energy that the CIF has, high school athletics have, we're just really excited to be part of the whole program.
Bob, what can we expect in the near future from the CIF in terms of marketing?
Well, we're hoping to get more and more championship events and more corporate sponsors we can bring in. I'd love to see a state football championship, and I'd like to see more state championships in both male and female sports. And we can do it, but it takes funding.
I thank you both very much for paying us this visit during halftime. The score once again between Bishop Amat and Loyola, all tied up 7-7, and we'll have more in just a moment.
Carl's Jr. and UPN 13 are bringing you this hard-hitting, in-your-face action of the Division I championship game. To celebrate tonight's exciting event, Carl's Jr. is offering you a chance to win one of 8 trips for 2 to fly all over the place with Southwest Airlines. Go into a participating Carl's Jr., tackle a juicy Carl's Jr. burger, and pick up an entry form. It's in your face and all over the place with Carl's Jr.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here with the story of one California entrepreneur.
I make trousers. They're custom made with a zipper in the back for the tail.
Fortunately, Charles has a Centrix phone system from Pacific Bell, so as his business grows, or otherwise, he can quickly add or delete phone lines.
Someday, every dog in America will wear my trousers.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
I'll tell them it's over after dessert.
This must have taken forever.
Oh, no, actually.
So the time you spent on this symbolizes the time you want to spend with me.
Exactly.
Jell-O no-bake cherry cheesecake. No-bake one tonight.
Finally free!
At last, great-tasting ham with no fat from Oscar Mayer. Slow-cooked, delicious, and yes, fat-free. That's why we call it new Oscar Mayer Free. Fat-free ham.
Halftime score once again at the Southern Section Division I High School Championship football game. Bishop Amat 7, Loyola 7. A lot of great players have played in this contest, and we recently visited with a couple of them who have gone on now to the major college level, playing at USC, both of them, Dalen McCutcheon and Rodney Sermons. And when we talked to them, one of the things we asked them was, in retrospect, what does it mean to have played in this football game?
Championship game, I mean, we worked all year for that game. I mean, it was something that all young kids wanted to do. They want to go play in the CIF Southern Section Championship game, and I had the opportunity to do it. And I mean, you know, I'm very grateful for that right now. To this day, I sit back and talk to all of these guys about being able to play in that game. They're always talking about how good their teams are and this and that. And I said, well, you know what, I was there.
I think it's a once-in-a-lifetime deal, you know, and I was honored, you know, and having a chance to play 2 of those games, but it's just a game that everyone is looking forward to. All the fans want to go see it, and it's a chance to prove that you're the best, and just a big game, you know, it's real exciting. You'd have to experience to really know what it's like. That's a great feeling, you know, to start off the game with a big play, and, you know, we came out and we're looking to be victorious, and, you know, the game didn't turn out our way, but, you know, it's just that kind of game, big plays, you know, could win a game, and so it was real exciting.
McCutcheon and Sermons have moved on in their careers. They both play at USC. The transition from high school to college has been quite an adjustment.
Yeah, it's been a real big adjustment. I mean, in high school, I mean, we'll have a couple guys on each team that are All-Americans, but up here, everyone's an All-American. And I mean, you have to deal with the you know, heavy competition up here compared to high school. I mean, it's a lot different, much tougher.
It's a very big adjustment. You know, you get to this level, and everyone's a good athlete. You know, everyone was all-league or, you know, a bunch of All-Americans. So I think it comes down to technique and, you know, just fundamentals. You have to become a better all-around athlete.
Sermons and McCutcheon are both alumni of Bishop Amat, so guess who they think is going to win?
Bishop Amat, all the way. I mean, we played them in the championship game when I was there, my junior year, and we handled them then. We've been playing them for the last, I think, like 10, 15 years, and I don't think they've beaten us yet. So, I mean, I got my boys all the way.
I say Amat 24-12. You know, we have a long streak on Loyola, and I think they're gonna pull it out.
Very unbiased opinions by both Dalen McCutcheon and Rodney Sermons, who were 2 of the many stars who've been able to showcase themselves in this game, and we're just going to have to see who emerges as the future stars after tonight, as UPN very proud to bring you this Southern Section Division I High School Football Championship game. And we'll have more here at halftime right after these messages.
My name's Jack Holliday. I make a good cop, but I make an even better sandwich. I'd been tracking down Frankie Malone, and all I could think about was Polish ham on soft potato bread, layered with Miracle Whip. The jar was empty. I went for the mayo, but my gut said Bland City, so I borrowed some from Annie. Smart move. A third less fat than mayo and a tangy zip. Nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip made my sandwich nice and sassy. Kinda like Annie, but that's a whole nother story.
Normally, little Tommy Johnson wouldn't stand a chance against NBA star Grant Hill. But today, he's drinking Sprite.
You're in my world now, Hill.
Okay, so maybe Sprite won't make you a better athlete. But just to be sure, now we'll pit Tommy against sumo wrestler Katashi.
Good luck, kid.
Did you find it? Did you find it?
No. Sure, she was carrying a Petco bag.
Yeah, a big one. You see any rawhide?
No.
Any studded collars?
No.
Any chew toys?
No, it's no fuzzy mice, or no jingle balls, or no cat track like I specifically asked for.
Pets can't wait to get their paws on gifts from Petco. Now save $2 on all 20-pound, $3 on 40-pound dog and cat food, like Nutro, Iams, and Science Diet.
I smell catnip.
Don't inhale.
Too late. Woo!
Petco, where the pets go.
Doing their usual fine job in the booth for us again this year, Randy Rosenblum and Ron Glazier. I know they have plenty to share with us here at halftime, so without further ado, let's find out what those two gentlemen have to say.
Normally I don't have notes. I try to ad-lib everything, but we have email tonight and everybody's throwing questions at us, and we have 3 right here.
The age of technology, this interactive stuff.
We're interactive. You have your glasses? I might need them. Okay, Peter in La Habra asked the questions, why don't the coaches try something different? Well, let's try something different. Let's ask Vic Jacobs a question. Vic, why don't the coaches do something different here?
Now, who was this question from? I don't want a bogus question.
Peter in La Habra.
Peter in La Habra. Peter, thank you, number one, for emailing us. You are on the cutting edge. You are very interactive, and we love that. Thank you so much. Will the coaches do something different in the second half? Is that the question from La Habra? La Habra, Peter, I think it's going to be Ralph Brown, Mike Vanis into the line. Expect nothing different. This is what got the two teams into the championship game. This is what is going to happen in the second half. Vanis into the middle, Ralph Brown left, Ralph Brown right. Expect no changes. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks, Vic. We're not done yet. Vic has a lot of fun down there. Jack from Van Nuys, why don't these squads pass more? Because if you look at the stats, Jack, you have a pretty good point. Loyola and Bishop Amat both very effective in there. Ron, you take that one.
Well, the reason, Jack, that they don't pass more is because neither of them are passing teams, and when you have two outstanding weapons like Ralph Brown and Mike Vanis, you don't put the ball up in the air and take the chance. You don't practice that during the week. It's not part of your game plan, and quite frankly, you hope that you don't have to get into a passing game. I think both coaches are very happy with the way their teams are playing. As you saw Steve Grady say, off at halftime, ain't going to be many changes in the second half. Look for more of the same.
We have one more question. You got to do it with a threesome here. We got 3 talking. We're going to add Artie Ojeda in a minute. Bob, another question from La Habra. La Habra's hot tonight. Will the CIF championship ever play on against the city champion? And by the way, Dorsey won the city title this afternoon. Will we ever see it again? Let's go to Artie. Will they play again?
Well, I think a lot of fans, Randy, would like to see it happen again, but it was in 1992, I believe, the Reebok Bowl that we televised here on Channel 13, and it was Bishop Amat in a blowout over Sylmar, and I think the CIF made the decision after that game. Really, I don't know why they did not choose to do it. I know that extended the schedule a little bit longer to the 13 game, and perhaps they decided that, hey, that one extra game is just not enough. Maybe you guys can add something more to that.
Yeah, Artie, I totally agree with you. In fact, I was at the Dorsey game, and they're fine with this afternoon over San Pedro. And the simple fact, those teams played 14 football games this year. It's too much, and I don't think the kids want to play that many games, and they're very content within the city and in their CIF within their governing bodies. All right, enough from the questions, enough from the interactive. Let's get to football tonight. First half, Loyola 7, Bishop Amat 7. Ralph Brown took it the distance early off the Brian Russell pass.
Nothing fancy, just a quick little flare pass out in the center of the field. And you see Ralph Brown with his outstanding speed. And once he got that opening right there, there was absolutely no way they were going to catch him. 6-0 Bishop Amat.
Point after was made good. Mike Vanis comes back from 1 yard. This is a 20 play drive over 79 yards over 9 minutes.
Yeah, well, we're just seeing the last play of the touchdown with nothing fancy. Vanis right in the middle, but you're right. They used up over 9 minutes. Outstanding drive. Here we see the block punt, which almost got Loyola into trouble at the end of the half there. The ball is blocked. Fortunately for Loyola, it's recovered, but out of bounds. With only 6 seconds remaining, it really didn't allow for much except for this field goal attempt.
Santiago Vasquez trying from 39 yards, and he had the accuracy, but he was a little bit short, just underneath the crossbar. You could see he thought he made it. He thought he gave his team the lead. Instead, they went to the locker room tied at 7 apiece. Tough football game. Delray League rivals. We expected a shootout in terms of how close it would be. It's tied at 7 at the break. And that is no surprise at all that these teams are even.
Not at all. I think both coaches are very pleased with the way the game is shaped up so far. Both excited to come back here and see who the better team is.
Well, statistically, it was an even first half. Mike Vanis had a good first half. He rushed for 54 yards and a touchdown, and there are the team totals.
Yeah, well, and what I like there, no turnovers. Both teams, time of possession, pretty even. Of course, the yards gained, pretty even. Really, the score is 7-7, and one of the few times I think that the statistics belie the shape of the game.
All right, time of possession, even the whole series is even. We have an even football game. It all adds up. We're at the LA Memorial Coliseum. We're getting ready for the second half. Loyola and Bishop Amat. We'll have it for you next.
Bring home the magic, the beauty, and the excitement. Join Olympic gold medalist Christy Yamaguchi, silver medalist Paul Wiley, former world champion Rosalind Sumners, and reigning world champion Chen Liu in a celebration of international skating superstars. Don't miss Holiday Festival on Ice.
Thursday at 8 on UPN 13.
Did you know my mom and sister don't always agree? Probably makes my mom the last person who should help my sister choose between saving up to $1,100 on a new Toyota Tercel or leasing a Corolla for as little as $189 a month. That would be a tough decision, wouldn't it? It wasn't a tough decision for my dad to bring us down here, though, because right now Toyota dealers are celebrating the 17th annual Toyota-thon.
I think the Tercel.
See what I mean? Not much longer till Toyota-thon's over.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here. What will it take to get people to work at home?
Citizens of California, you may now work at home using Pacific Bell telecommuting services. Phone, fax, email, so please, go home. Stroke your pet, be with your family.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
Thank you. You're very kind.
Looks like an egg beater. It's a baby shaving. Two elephants kissing. It's Gandhi, and he's doing that Heisman Trophy thing.
When you eat a big, juicy Carl's Jr. double Western bacon cheeseburger, you pretty much forget about everything else. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Loyola and Bishop Amat tied at 7 apiece here at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Both teams have won 4 championships. You know, would the Pittsburgh Steelers try to win that 5th and say this one was for the thumb, right? Number 5, or well, one of these teams is going to get their 5th title tonight here at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Randy Rosenbaum, Ron Glazer upstairs. Tony Hernandez, our host. Vic Jacobs on the Loyola sideline, and Artie Ojeda on the Bishop Amat side. Very even first half, Ron. Which team will open it up? Will one of these teams start to take to the air?
I don't think so, Randy. I think you're going to see pretty much the same kind of a game plan at least unfold here in the beginning of the second half. Again, I think both coaches are pleased with the way the first half has been played. And I think as the second half unfolds, if one of these teams gets behind, and obviously that's going to happen depending upon time and position, then you may see one of them open it up. But for the time being, I think pretty much stick to what brought you here.
A couple things happened at that first half. You rarely see a 20-play drive over 9 minutes for Loyola's touchdown. And then you look at the third down conversions, and this is remarkable. Amat 5 for 6, Loyola 4 for 5. That's efficient.
Well, not only is it efficient, but a couple of those third down conversions were on long yardage, were 8 yards, 10 yards, and that's what even makes it more unusual. But again, it's just incredible proficiency. And I think that, you know, it's got to be a credit to the offensive lines because most of those first downs were picked up on running plays.
Here come the Cubs back on, brimming with confidence. They would be billed as the underdog if it were to be put out that way. If anyone would ever put out an odds on this game, they would be the underdog, but not by much. We think it's pretty even, and it is even at the half, 7-7.
You know, I talking to Steve Grady during the week. He told me that he thought that last year's Cub team was a much better team than this year's team, and this is really a bunch of overachievers. They've done a lot more and gone a lot further than even he thought they would.
And his fans still think they're number one, and of course Tom Salter would say the same thing. There's no question that Bishop Amat, which was ranked number 1 in the country coming into this game last year until they were upended 28-21 by Modern Day, they were a stronger team last year. But all that being said, one of these two teams will win the crown this evening.
Yeah, well, you know, Amat has really only got 3 starters back from last year's team. They've got 25 young men on the team. who were in last year's game, but only 3 of them started. So again, another team that has really overachieved.
This section this year more balanced than ever before coming into the beginning of the year. Los Alamitos and their great quarterback Kevin Federick, probably the favorite team. Long Beach Poly had an amazing year until they were bumped off last week in the semis, 28-27 by the team you're looking at. And of course, Mater Dei, the defending champions, got bumped off in the quarterfinals. They had a great year as well. Enter the in-your-face and the all-over-the-place Carl's Jr. sweepstakes. You can be one of 8 winners to receive free airfare for 2 to fly anywhere Southwest Airlines flies. Get your official entry form at participating Carl's Jr. Artie Ojeda is standing with the head coach of Amat, Tom Salter.
All right, Coach Salter, quick evaluation of the first half.
Well, we got to stop them. They got a 10-minute drive there that, you know, I think offensively we're doing fine, but, you know, they put a 10-minute drive together and got us cold on the sidelines. We got to do a much better job. To start the second half, if we let them, you know, take the ball and go down 10 minutes and score, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So we got to play a real hard-nosed defense right here and stop their run.
Very frustrating to have only 2 possessions in the first half.
Right. Well, they only have 2 too, so we got 1 half. Yeah.
All right, Tom Salter focused and ready to go in the second half. Remember, Randy and Ron, first time these 2 teams met, Loyola opened up the second half with that trick play. So we'll keep an eye on that. Back up to you.
Well, Artie, if it happens, maybe I'll have you call it. You have experience with that play. You saw it.
And already a good sign for Bishop Amat. The third quarter this year has been their best quarter, both offensively and defensively. So far this year, they have scored 87 points in that, 79 points in that third quarter. But what's amazing, they have limited their opponents to only 29 points. So they come out at halftime, and Salters obviously does a very good job at halftime, makes the proper adjustments, and this is the quarter that they shine.
Well, there's great coaches throughout this section, the southern section, but we have 2 good ones tonight, unquestionably, in Tom Salter and Steve Grady. And in a year that was so even across the board, coaching has made the difference. Vasquez will tee it up from the 40. Santiago Vasquez, who came so close at the end of the half to giving his team the lead. Great balance this year, and figures that these heated rivals from the Del Rey League would come in to try to win the title. Vanis and Hilbert are deep. And here we go. The final 24 minutes will decide it. Vanis from his 8. He's elusive, isn't he? Give him the 40. A 32-yard return. Well, the Cubs, Ron, that's pretty good operating room for their quarterback, Ray Kasper, and the likes of number 37, Mike Vanis.
Outstanding field position. Vanis did a nice job that time. Instead of staying on the sideline, he cut back to the middle of the field and picked up an extra 10 yards. Shows good vision. Knew exactly where the tacklers were.
Numbers 3 of 4 for Kasper. And he exhibited a very strong arm. Second back, Stoll. Little cross buck action near the 50-yard line. Abel Martinez had to haul him down.
Again, you've got to respect the fake to Vanis right there. The entire defense goes for Vanis, and Stoll just powers right up the middle. Just a little bit short of first down.
Well, that's the 5th tackle for Abel Martinez. He leads the Lancers. You felt if he made too many stops, that's a bad sign.
Well, it is. It means that Vanis and Stoll are picking up too many yards.
And here is Mike Vanis. He gets a few, but he has enough. First down, Loyola. Tackled by Mark Verdi. And the Cubs, that ball control offense in evidence tonight. 55 yards. He's earning it the hard way. But he is a tough young man. Mike Vanis, his whole family's played for Loyola. 4 brothers played on CIF championship team. His father played. If you're a Vanis, you play at Loyola. And that's Vanis in motion. Kasper has Peterson inside the 40. Daniel Bravo made the tackle, but another good throw to Peterson.
And again, you're going to see Vanis in motion. I think the defense respects Vanis as he goes out. And then you see Peterson come in right underneath him, splits the zone right there. The ball very well thrown by Kasper. Picks up first down yardage. So far, we've got a really good-looking drive going.
Ray Kasper has found number 83 a few times tonight. Ray Kasper wasn't the starting signal caller at the beginning of the year. Scott Walter was. Here's the pitch to Vanis. Vanis stood up right at the 35. Booker Bell, the inside linebacker, ran him down. It's officially his first tackle of the game. Hard to believe he came in with more than 100. Normally swarm in all over the place. Cat quick in the middle. You're right in the helmet with Mike Vanis, aren't you? That's up close and personal. Kasper gutting the ball downfield, misses Peterson.
Intended for Peterson is incomplete.
Peterson was open and would have taken a perfect pass. The ball was still a little bit too low. Peterson went down for it, but was unable to come up with it.
3rd and 8.
It's one of the few bad balls that Kasper's thrown this season, Randy.
Well, Kasper's only misfired a couple times. Of course, he needs a big one here on 3rd and 8 at the 35. You see those conversion totals that are remarkable for both teams. 9:16 left in the 3rd. Cubs and Lancers tied.
And we'll cover on Peterson. Let's see if Kasper goes to him out to his left.
Play action. He's going to go down. The blitz. Daniel Bravo shooting through number 5. And now the Lancer faithful come to their feet.
Kasper had absolutely no chance. Bravo was on top of him before he even turned around. He just came in absolutely unmolested from the left side.
And I would think after seeing that play, Bravo is the name to apply there. Bravo to that effort as he got there quickly. 3rd tackle of the half for Bravo, and it stymies the Cubs. They'll have to punt the football. And Woolsey fields it at his 10. When we come back, the Lancers will have it for the first time in the second half. 8:30 left, 3rd quarter. We remain tied.
Did you know that during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get $2,000 in value package savings on a Toyota T100? Did you know that the Toyota Tacoma 4x4 was named Pickup Truck of the Year? Or that you can lease a Tacoma 4x2 for only $199 a month? Well, I did. How did I know? I heard my sister's boyfriend tell her about 1,000,000 times.
So which one do you think I should get?
How about both? Don't forget, Toyotathon ends soon.
Gentlemen, it appears our distinguished president is GA!
Blockbuster music!
So much for tradition. He's buying his gifts!
On sale even.
Music for everyone.
Look at those accessories.
Holidays are hard work, gentlemen, with Blockbuster Music's holiday sale. It's just too easy.
Shut it down! And Fat Boy has to work just like the rest of us!
Shut it down!
Blockbuster Music, it's just too easy.
There are those who appreciate a big, thick, juicy Carl's Jr. superstar. And there are those who don't. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
The arithmetic on the board, 7 apiece. Amat and Loyola. Both teams with storied histories. It's another guy rewriting the record book, Ralph Brown, only 10 carries. You'd think he'd have more than that. Russell lost the ball. Falls on it for a loss of 1. They want Ralph Brown to carry 25 or 30 times. Tough to carry when you're not on the offensive side. He's been playing so much defense because Loyola has possessed the football.
2nd and 10.
See what happened on that play.
This is just a simple exchange between center and quarterback. Looks like Russell may have been trying to pull out a little bit too quickly that time. Very fortunate for them. They were able to recover the football, maintain possession.
Brown sweeping to his right. Out to the 13-yard line.
Atkinson and Hilbert on the stop for Loyola. Gain of 2.
Brad Russell has been perfect in the air. Well, maybe our email was correct. Why aren't they throwing more? Ronnie's perfect 4 for 4 and has the touchdown to Ralph Brown.
Well, I'll tell you why, Randy. So far this year, Bishop Amat throughout the season has scored 306 points. Only 24 of them scored passing. So 4 touchdowns for the entire season, throwing the ball up. And they're maintaining the same kind of game plan for tonight's game.
3rd and long. Russell didn't like the defense that Loyola was playing, and he calls the timeout smartly. 7:16 left in the 3rd. He didn't want to make a mistake. We're tied at 7 at the LA Memorial Coliseum.
Monday on UPN, it's Cop Files and Trial by Jury. 2 special presentations, 1 arresting hour of television.
We got a large street fight here.
And while Cop Files gives you the right to remain silent,
Please open up.
Trial by Jury doesn't.
All right.
Because for the first time ever, you can call in your verdict simply by dialing one of these numbers. How's that for swift justice?
Beginning Monday at 9, following Star Trek Voyager on UPN 13.
Did you know my mom and sister don't always agree? Probably makes my mom the last person who should help my sister choose between saving up to $1,100 on a new Toyota Tercel or leasing a Corolla for as little as $189 a month. That would be a tough decision, wouldn't it? It wasn't a tough decision for my dad to bring us down here, though, because right now Toyota dealers are celebrating the 17th annual Toyota-thon.
I think the Tercel.
See what I mean? Not much longer till Toyota-thon's over.
1995 championship game is deadlocked at 7 apiece. Loyola on defense in white. Bishop Amat looking at 3rd. On the offense in blue. Ralph Brown. He's close, but I don't know that he got there.
Well, his momentum carried him forward, but I think that the official's going to call his knee down just south of the 20-yard line, and they've got to get a touch north of the 20-yard line. They're going to come up about a half a yard short. You see Brown make the lunge right there. You see where he comes down. He ends up over the 20-yard line, but he good call on the part of the officials.
Ralph Brown on the year averages over 7 yards a carry tonight, just a tad over 3. Will he bust one, or will Loyola continue to contain him on the ground?
My guess is before this half is over, you're going to see him bust one.
Vasquez to punt it away. Mike Vanis back at his 45. 6:30 and the clock running in the 3rd quarter, tied at 7. Vasquez high and to the near sideline. And the entire Loyola Cup team over there to take a good look at this one. Artie Ojeda on the Bishop Amat sideline. What do you have for us?
Thank you very much, Randy. You know, talking to the Bishop Amat coaching staff during the week at practice, even though they won that first matchup against Loyola on October 27th, they weren't really pleased with the overall effort of the team. And you get the feeling right now, and looking at the coaching staff, they're not real pleased about what is going on the field right now. In fact, the linemen are coming off, and the coaches are saying, hey, you're missing blocking assignments. Ralph is taking the ball to the outside. He tries to cut it back. You're not keeping with your blocks, and that's hurting us. Back up to you.
We'll give some credit to Loyola, who's doing a good job playing off those blocks. We just had our first 3 and out tonight. Either way. And there's one into the middle of the line. Bishop Amat responds to the carry of Mike Vanis. Well, the Cubs will be content to keep it on the ground and try to grind it out. That's their style. These teams have won close games just last week. Loyola got by Los Alamitos, the favorite team, 37-34 in the semis. These Lancers held their head up high and held off undefeated and favored Long Beach Poly 28-27 at Veterans Stadium in front of 13,000. Kasper with play action. That one got there in a hurry, and Peterson couldn't field it. Coverage from Booker Bell.
I think it was just a little bit too much mustard on that one.
On the Loyola sideline, we have Vic Jacobs. What's up down there, Vic?
I'll tell you, you know, you look at the helmets of the Loyola Cubs and you see the little paws all over it. That signifies when they make a good play. But some students have actually shaven the insignia into the back of their heads. That's Freddie Sulit. Back to you guys in the booth. They're animals.
They are Cubs, aren't they? They're supposed to be animals. Here's a third down play. 3rd and 9. Kasper has McGoldrick open. And that may be a first down. Run out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and it is a first down for Loyola. Kevin McClure, number 4, ran him out of bounds, but Kasper comes up with a big hit there.
McGoldrick runs a very nice route this time. Kasper comes back. He's looking at him all the way. You can't see him make his cut, but the zone was cleared out by Peterson going deep. McGoldrick comes to the right. Kasper puts the ball right on the money and a big first down.
5:24 left in the 3rd. 7 is the draw. Championship at stake. Division I. Stoll, second back to the 40. Number 81, Mark Verdi, was there, and he really stymied the play. Morales secured the tackle.
Very fortunate because when the ball was handed off, it wasn't a clean exchange. You're going to see Matt Stoll right there. Look at him bobble the football, but good hands. He's able to hold on to it. By that time, the Bishop Amat defense had him surrounded, brought him down for a very, very short gain of about a yard.
That'll be in the band. It's always fun. Almost as fun as playing on the game. Total yards, a smidgen more for the Cubs. Up the 40-yard line, trying to grab the lead. The first time tonight. Kasper. What a catch. McGoldrick has it. Inside the 15. Give him the 12.
And I think Ralph Brown is shaking his head. He said, how in the world did McGoldrick hold on to that football? You are going to see ball, receiver, defender arrive at the same time. A very well thrown ball. Look at McGoldrick and look at Brown collar up. The concentration just tremendous on that play.
Ray Kasper aired that one out nicely, and he's got a smile on his face. Why not? Probably get another one of those small paws up there, too. Don't want to see this. One of those linemen are down for the Cubs.
No, and it looks like the knee that they're looking at, the left knee.
We're going to step aside as they attend to the fallen Cub. We're tied at 7, 4:35 left. The Cubs are closing in. Will they take the lead? We'll find out when we come back.
What's on your holiday wish list?
To spend half as much and eat half as much.
How about 4 more hours in the day?
Someplace I can get all my gift shopping done in exactly 1 lunch hour. This holiday season, count on Thrifty Drugs and Payless drugstores for extended holiday hours, hundreds of gift ideas, and our Purchase Plus program.
We're definitely a maid and a cook, maybe a chauffeur.
Merry Christmas from Thrifty and Payless.
We're turning our extra room into an art studio. The IKEA consultants are really helping it all come together.
I needed 1 table for my supplies, a good chair, and a custom sofa.
She was into macrame for a while.
I've always felt drawn to the arts.
I'm just the guy with the IKEA credit card.
IKEA offers fast delivery. Everything was here in a few days. Well, sculptures, it's like a 6th sense to me.
I have several of her more important works in my office.
Clock is running. 3rd quarter, tied at 7. Here come the Cubs, trying to capture the lead, trying to manufacture the lead score. 6th play coming up with the drive. Vanis to his left. Well, I think Vic Jacobs has been adopted by the Vanis family, huh, Vic?
You know, it only goes together. Vic and the Vanis family, of course. The Vanis family is the first family of Loyola. 5 sons all together with Rich. Rich, talk about the first family, your 5 sons.
My oldest is Richard. 2nd is Matthew. I have Mark, who's graduated also, and then Michael and Tim.
Unbelievable. Are you and Mary planning on more sons?
I think this is it.
Yeah! Okay, back to Artie on the other sideline. Artie.
All right, well, we have the Salter family on the Amat sideline. Let's go to this play first, though.
All right. I don't know how the dynasty will continue at Loyola if they don't have any more Vanesses. Kasper on the carry, and he's down at the 7, so let's go back down to Artie.
All right, Randy, it's all in the family, Salter style. To my right, Dick Salter, who last year assisted Tom Salter on the Amat sideline. This year, Dick assisted his other son, Tim, on the Upland High School sideline. And what do you know? Upland yesterday won the Division 6 title. I think the Salters know a little bit something about football. Dick, your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, it's a very tough game. Loyola looks very good, and Amat's playing tough. It's going to be right down to the wire. Both teams are playing very well.
All right, Salters.
All right, 3rd and 5 at the 7-yard line for the Cubs with a slot right. Kasper still has the ball. He cannot get first down yardage. Booker Bell, number 33, with help from Christopher Morales.
Morales and Bell on the stop for Bishop Amat.
And the field goal unit will come on as Kasper could not get free.
And it looks to me as if Kasper, he faked the pass, but that looked to me like a running play all the way. What's hurting him in this running attack right down here, Randy, is big number 70 a couple of plays ago for Loyola, Glenn Rudy. He's 6'5", 272 pounds. He's coming on very strong, and he's out of there right now, and that's hurting the running attack.
Giampaolo to give his team the lead. Does. The field goal gives Loyola a 10-7 advantage. Another nice drive by the Cubs. Giampaolo, all Delray Lee kicker. And now the pressure squarely on Bishop Amat as they trail for the first time tonight, late in the 3rd quarter with 2:03 remaining.
Giampaolo, a very accurate kicker. He's got good range up to almost 50 yards. That little chip shot for him, but you saw his accuracy right there. And put his team in front by 3 points. A big 3 points. A nice drive that time. When you get a drive like that, it's very important that you put some kind of points up on the scoreboard. They were able to do it that time. The Cubs are leading 10-7.
Their mascot very happy about it. Let's take another look at that field goal, and plenty of leg, and it hooked right there. I always like to have a control of your golf ball like that, where you can just move it over in the right direction.
I think it would be very nice.
That was a key.
That was a little bit too close, so I think he'd rather put the ball right in the center of the uprights, not barely make it the way he did.
A lot of smiling faces on the sideline, huh?
Well, Cardinal Mahoney, I mean, he's smiling. They're all smiling there. They don't have any losers in tonight's ball game, as he said before. A Catholic team is going to win this football game.
That's the kind of prediction that you know is going to be correct. 52-play drive, 52 yards, 9 plays. 52 yards, 9 plays on the drive. And the return by Joey Getherall out across the 25-yard line.
And you mentioned Joey Getherall, Randy. That's a player that they'd like to get the ball into his hands because he got outstanding speed.
Marco and AM/PM, the title sponsor of the CIF, salute all those athletes who have that winning spirit. See how the Lancers respond to the field goal by the Cubs. Brown having tough going, trying to run wide, can't get to the perimeter. Matt Stoll, number 33, leading the charge, and there were others there as well. And of course, this is a marked young man. Ralph Brown played in the championship game last year. Got 2 there, but you see that he's had to work for everything tonight.
Well, that's what you've got to do with Brown. You've got to string him out. Let your defensive backs and your linebackers make the play. You can't let him cut upfield because that's when he really becomes dangerous.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Loyola clinging to a 10-7 advantage. Brown to the near side. And he has first down yardage. And he breaks it to Cub territory to the 45. Well, they bottled him up for a while. But just when you think you have him under control, Ralph Brown turns the corner and gains 25 yards.
Well, when you have the kind of speed that Ralph Brown has got, Again, he can take any play, any short yard play, and turn it into a big one. Steve Grady's biggest fear was that this young man was going to turn 5-yard runs into 50-yard gains. Of course, the first time he played against Loyola, he picked up something like 200 and some odd yards, so he can move with the football.
He's the Delray League Player of the Year, maybe the entire section Player of the Year. Jeremy Juarez into the middle of the line. Getting back to Ralph Brown for a moment. What numbers this year? Over 2,000 yards, just like Dalen McCutcheon had a year ago. As you look at number 24, he had 6 touchdowns in one game of the playoffs. Did that against Redlands in a 48-30 victory. Now about 295 yards and 4 touchdowns. And another playoff win over San Clemente. There's the previous drive that gave Loyola the lead. Russell crossed the field to Getherall to the 32. That one was nearly picked off. Ryan Capalbo is right over there in the area. That was Ron throwing it across the field like that.
That was a very dangerous pass. You're going to see Scott Waller. He goes for the interception right there. And you've got to give Getherall great marks for concentration, because he couldn't even see that ball. It hit him in the chest and put his arms up.
That's how the third quarter ends, with the perils of the Lancers and the Cubs wrapped up in a heated affair at the Coliseum. The Cubs by 3, but now the Lancers are coming back. Stay with us. 1 quarter to go.
That's for my ex. That's for my overbearing boss. That's for the condescending bank teller. That's for that lousy waitress and crummy coffee. And this is for you.
The Chevy Camaro's 200 horsepower 3800 V6. Therapeutic, isn't it?
So what are you doing today? Today, Bob Johnson is in a home-based nursery picking out the perfect ficus. Nancy Malone is at home base finding mini blinds at guaranteed low prices. Bruce and Janice Miller are getting a free in-home consultation from a home-based kitchen designer. And today, the Parkers are using their new home-based credit card to save 10% on their first purchase. There are a million other ways we can help. Surely you can think of one. Home base, ready to help.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here with the story of one California entrepreneur.
I make trousers. They're custom made with a zipper in the back for the tail.
Fortunately, Charles has a Centrix phone system from Pacific Bell. So as his business grows, or otherwise, he can quickly add or delete phone lines.
Someday, every dog in America will wear my trousers.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
Finally free!
At last, great tasting ham with no fat from Oscar Mayer. Slow cooked, delicious, and yes, fat free. Yes. That's why we call it new Oscar Mayer Free. Fat free ham.
Naturally decaffeinated, you bet. Taste this decaffeinated and you will taste the spirit of coffee.
Loyola has a 3-point lead. These Cubs cling to a field goal advantage. The Lancers start from the Cub 32 with a first down the final 12 minutes. Now they up back for only a couple. Squirming forward, Robert Quigley there. There's the running back that carried.
Quigley and Kerwin on the stop
That
for
was
Loyola.
Sabato. Artie Ojeda. I know you've been on that sideline, and they're pensive, aren't they?
Oh, they sure are. Randy, you know, going back to last year's game, certainly there are things about that game that Bishop Amat would like to forget, but the particular unembarrassing play. Modern Day was punting. The Bishop Amat receiver had the punt go off his helmet. That receiver, a junior, his name was Ralph Brown. And look at Ralph now.
Good segue as Ralph turns the corner for a first down. Joe Vivo and Robert Quigley finally haul him down, but he's over 80 yards now, and his totals are building. You can't stop the great ones all night, can you? Look at this ability to shift it into high gear and change direction.
No, you really can, and we talked before about it being recruited by USC. Just a couple of other schools will give you an idea of how popular this young man is. Notre Dame, UCLA, Michigan, Colorado, Nebraska. They all want him.
Out again, and he's tripped up. Matt Stoll, the linebacker, busting through, disrupted the play. There's Stoll, and we highlighted him on the pregame, and with good reason. He's the up back in the offense, and defensively, he'll give his body up to make the stop.
2nd and 8.
Right there, just an outstanding play. Cuts Brown's legs right out from under him. That's the way you've got to stop Brown.
2nd down and 8. Ball rusting at the 16 of the Cubs. Loyola 10. Bishop Amat 7. Brown trying to turn the near side to the 10. Has the 5. Give him a touchdown. His 2nd tonight. The Lancers lead. 16 yards and the go-ahead touchdown. The last one he was able to bring in via the air and run it downfield, this time all on the ground.
You see him come to the right. Now he's got that great vision. Look at the move he makes there, and the stiff arm, the straight arm right there. Knows where that goal line is, and he lunges with the football, gets it over. He's just an outstanding running back. It's very, very difficult to bring him down.
Should give him exactly 100 yards total, too. At 7 carries for 69 yards on the drive. Santiago Vasquez has the extra point. And in the seesaw championship affair, the Lancers have the lead by 14-10. They're dancing in the aisle.
Did you know that right now you can get one of the best deals ever on a Toyota 4Runner? Neither did my sister's boyfriend until I told him. Thanks to me, he just leased one for only $279 a month. Why? Because Toyota dealers are celebrating the 17th annual Toyota-thon.
This is definitely cool.
Definitely.
Definitely. You've got to hurry. Toyota-thon's ending soon.
What's on your holiday wish list?
Someplace I can get all my gift shopping done in exactly 1 lunch hour. Any ideas?
Head for Thrifty Drugs and Pay Less drugstores, where you'll find something for everyone and save time and money thanks to our Purchase Plus offer. Spend $50 or more and choose a popular gift like these for just $4.99.
Check it out. And I still have 3 minutes left for lunch.
Merry Christmas from Thrifty and Payless.
There's nothing like a warm, cozy fire during the holidays, especially when it's used to cook 8 pieces of flame-broiled chicken. It's the main course of El Pollo Loco's delicious holiday feast, complete with a family-sized Caesar salad, 2 large side dishes, warm tortillas, freshly prepared salsa, and to top it off, a chocolate chip cake. For just $14.99, it's the perfect meal for any gathering. And in true holiday spirit, we'll even gift wrap it for you. Absolutely free. Only at El Pollo Loco. It's that good.
The numbers show Amat on top for the moment by 14-10. Precarious at best. But after the touchdown of 16 yards by Ralph Brown, Santiago Vasquez will be kicking off. There's Santiago. Hilbert and Vanis are deep. Vanis from the 1-yard line. Spinning to the 28 or 29-yard line. Rick Jacobs on the Cubs sideline.
Randy, this is exactly what Coach Grady was afraid of. The mammoth offensive line of Bishop Amat, pounding, wearing them down in the 4th quarter. They've got a 310-pound guy, Pollock, on that offensive line, who has been doing incredible work inside. Back to you guys in the booth.
You need beef now, and I know, Ron, you told me before this game you felt it would be even going to the 4th quarter, and the team that took control of the offensive line would win, and you're right on. See what the Cubs could do. They'd like one of those long drives for a touchdown here, wouldn't they? Kasper with great play action. Wanted Antoine Harris, his gifted junior tight end.
That's intended for Antoine
Harris was open that time. The ball was just poorly thrown. You see the 16-yard run there by Brown. 8 plays, 77 yards, taking up 3 minutes and 50 seconds. But you know, Randy, you talk about the fourth quarter for Bishop Amat. As we talked, the third quarter was their weakest quarter in terms of giving up points to their opponents. The fourth quarter is Bishop's best quarter. They scored more points in the fourth quarter than in any other quarter all year long. So that, again, talks about their offensive line. Big guys taking over in the fourth quarter.
Kasper looking to throw again. For Harris. Incomplete. He was there, just a tad too long. Trey Sorensen, the defensive end, was back there uncovered.
This kid Harris is only a junior, Randy, and he's an outstanding blocker. You'll see Vanis usually running the football to his side of the field. He's got good hands. Steve Grady predicts that by next year, by the time he's a senior, he'll be one of the most heavily recruited offensive ends in the United States. Got a world of talent.
Third down and 10, and for the first time tonight, Kasper in the shotgun. And he's barking out that call. And it's Vanis with the carry, and Verdi from behind makes a terrific play. Mark Verdi was not fooled by the pass fake.
He wasn't fooled by the pass fake, and he came all the way from the other side of the field. And again, that's what we were talking about. Ralph Brown probably is able to run away from a Verdi, but unfortunately, Vanis doesn't quite have the speed. Look at number 81. Comes from the offside of the field, and he just catches Vanis from behind. Outstanding job.
The ability to run laterally is so important now on the defense, and Verdi was able to do that. Doesn't get much rest. He has to play on the other side of the ball. Good punt. Woolsey is turned around just outside his 30.
And of course, the problem there for Loyola is basically 3 and out. And we talked about that big offensive line of Bishop Amat taking over. They need more time to rest. They'll be tired coming back out.
We need a break. We got to collect our thoughts. Amat has the lead of the ball with 8:39 left. Stay with us.
Monday on UPN, it's Cop Files and Trial by Jury. 2 special presentations, 1 arresting hour of television.
We got a large street fight here.
And while Cop Files gives you the right to remain silent,
please open up.
Trial by Jury doesn't.
All right.
Because for the first time ever, you can call in your verdict simply by dialing one of these numbers. How's that for swift justice?
Beginning Monday at 9, following Star Trek Voyager on UPN 13.
There are those who appreciate a big, thick, juicy Carl's Jr. Superstar. And there are those who don't. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Answer sideline, sensing that they've seized control of the line of scrimmage, and thus the game. They lead by 4. 8.5 minutes left. It's the fullback carrying for good yardage. Jeremy Juarez finally hit by Joe Viva, but not before he wiggled out to the 40-yard line. Enter in your face and all over the place Carl's Jr. sweepstakes. You can be one of 8 winners to receive free airfare for 2 to fly anywhere Southwest Airlines flies. Get your official entry form at a participating Carl's Jr. now. From the 40, 2nd and short. Juarez again is spun down close to the first down sticks. Joe Vivo made the stop. I want to thank our stat crew tonight, Jody Miner, John Silver, assistants from Jeffrey Montez, our spotters, Tom Conrad and Warren Williamson. Glad we have the big press box here at the Coliseum. We have a lot of guys helping out.
And doing a heck of a job. And I think Salter, if he had his choice like here, he'd like to see 3rd and about a half a yard all the way down the field. Use up some of that clock, pick up the first down right here, keep possession, and the quarterback does pick up the first down with a very, very safe run. Brian Russell no problem.
Let's go with the play-by-play, buddy. Come on. The play-by-play call in.
This offensive line is, they can smell it now, Randy. They can just feel as if they've got the control of this football game. You're seeing them blow off pretty good. Of course, they're bigger than Loyola is.
All that being said, it's a 4-point football game, and there are no rooms for mistakes for either side. Amat, the heavy favorite last year, failed in the finals. Gets Mater Dei this year. Not the favorite coming into the tournament, but they have a chance. Ralph Brown can't get outside, can't get to the perimeter. Hit by Robert Quigley, and a cast with him. We isolate on Ralph Brown and watch how quickly the defenders get over there.
Again, the Loyola defense does a very good job that time of stringing it out. And we talked about it before. You've got to keep Ralph Brown from cutting up the field. As long as he's running east and west, he's not going to hurt you. But if he turns that thing north, you could be in big trouble. So far, he's picked up 102 yards, although he's lost a yard there. So probably down to about 100 yards now. 69 of it just in the second half. And, of course, don't forget that long touchdown pass in the first half.
Oh, nobody's going to forget it. The Cubs certainly haven't. Here's the deep pitch to Ralph. Looking for another block. Puts the head down and runs into Matt Stoll. And this will be a huge play for the defense right here. Third down and about 6. And the Lancers would love to convert and work the clock with 5:40 remaining in this championship game. And the Cubs, of course, need to stop right here.
You see Brian Russell over there on the sideline getting a play sent in via Damon Samuels. He's bringing the play in from Coach Calder. You might normally expect a pass right here, but again, with a Ralph Brown in the backfield, you can't count on anything. He could run.
Officials timeout for the moment. This will be the biggest play of the game to this point. And this number is sticking down the claw of Loyola. 5 of 7 on third down conversions for Amat. And the Cubs know it. They need to stop him here. Here's a huge play with 5:15 left. Samuels, the motion man, coming back to this side. Hit shy of the first down sticks. John Hilbert with a marvelous defensive effort there. He is. Wasn't that a special play?
Well, it was just outstanding. And that's good discipline. That's good coaching, Randy, because this play was designed to go to the left, and you're going to see all the action there. Hilbert, number 21, keeps his position. That's just great discipline. Look at him come in on this play, and he's able to keep the ball carrier from gaining first down yardage. Just an excellent play for Loyola just when they needed it.
It is apparent after watching this replay that his assignment, Hilbert's assignment, was Damon Samuels. Don't let him loose if they try that. That's just good schooling, knowing what the play call could be.
And it's good coaching. It's one thing to teach these kids, these young men, what to do in a certain play, but you get down there and that adrenaline starts flowing, and it's so easy for you to forget what you've been taught. It's so easy for you to get to not stay at home. Hilbert that time stayed at home.
Loyola has its full complement of timeouts remaining. 3. Amat has used 1. They have 2. 4:59 in the game. Tom Salter, is he going to get his championship? He's lost but 2 games in a couple of years, but he failed 28-21. Steve Grady's won the title before. Won it, beating Antelope Valley in the final. Vasquez to punt it away. Loyola will get another turn, another opportunity. There's Vanis.
We'll have a flag there, I think.
Vasquez gets it off. Vanis watches it hit. This is an effective punt inside the 10.
A very effective punt and no penalty to call that time. And frankly, Bishop Amat very fortunate. They were in motion.
We will take a break. If Loyola is to win this football game, they need to travel better than 90 yards in less than 5. You're not going away. We'll be back.
Did you find it? Did you find it?
No.
Oh,
sir. She was carrying a Petco bag.
Yeah, a big one. You see rawhide?
No.
Any studded collars?
No.
Any chew toys?
No, there's no fuzzy mice, there's no jingle balls, there's no cat track like I specifically asked for.
Pets can't wait to get their paws on gifts from Petco. Now save $2 on all 20-pound, $3 on 40-pound dog and cat food, like Nutro, Imes, and Science Diet.
I smell catnip.
Don't inhale.
Too late.
Petco, where the pets go.
Hello, your Pacific Bell spokesperson here. What will it take to get people to work at home?
Citizens of California, you may now work at home using Pacific Bell telecommuting services. Phone, fax, email, so please, go home. Stroke your pet, be with your family.
The Pacific Bell Network. How will you use it?
Thank you. You're very kind.
Moon over the Coliseum. We're all moonstruck a little bit. Now this is an interesting football game indeed. Everybody sucking it up at this stage. 4:47 left. It's out at the 15 because McLaren charging down on that punt team touched the ball prior to the ball rolling inside the 10. Vanis trying to bounce outside. Struggles, but gets 4. That's a tough running back, Mike Vanis.
Of course, this is a time where you kind of wish Ray Kasper would throw the ball a little bit better than what he has so far today as we see the pursuit on the part of Bishop Amat. They do a good job of stringing Vanis out. By the time he cuts up the field, of course, there's a host of blue jerseys around him to bring him down.
All-star play by an all-star performer, number 33, Booker Bell. Vanis now in motion. Overloading to the right side. They're going to look that direction, and Kasper's in trouble, and down he goes. Sabato again. He's the young man, Sabato, who was injured early in this game, but a big play here defensively.
That comes from his linebacker position. The play wasn't open right there. Sabato by that time, of course, is in on Kasper, and he brings him down. Good defensive coverage that time. There was nothing open.
Tom Salter, 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from the title. 14-10, Amat. 3rd and 9. Kasper with the deep drop. Great protection. McGoldrick nearly broke it for a touchdown. He has a first down out near the 50-yard line. Oh, he nearly wiggled free for a score.
He sure did, I tell you. And you got to give Abel Martinez a lot of credit because he kept that ball from going for a touchdown. But you got to give Kasper a lot of credit too, Randy. He stayed in there. He waited for his receiver, McGoldrick, to come open. Look at the outstanding job on the part of the line. Look at the pocket. He steps up in the pocket. He puts about as much on that ball as he possibly can. And Abel Martinez, their second leading tackler, keeps Loyola from going in for the go-ahead touchdown right there. An outstanding job, really, by all the ball players on either side of the ball that time.
That was a critical conversion, a gain of 20. Kasper with a big throw there. And then he's looking for another one. Abel Martinez. He had 2 in the championship game in the first half against Mater Dei last year. But that's the biggest interception of his career.
Kasper just didn't see him. Martinez was playing the free safety, Roman playing center field, just reading the eyes of the quarterback. He read the eyes perfectly. Kasper didn't even see Martinez come into the play. He picks his ball off, and that's really got to be a blow to this Loyola Cub offense. There you see the pass. He didn't even see Kasper coming in. Brown had the deep coverage right there, and Martinez made the play. Carrying that ball a little loosely right there. You want to put both arms around it. You make the nice play. Don't give it up.
6 tackles and an interception for Abel Martinez. Ralph Brown hit by Stoll. There's Abel Martinez. Big play performer in the big games. Remember, he had the 2 last year against John Flynn, the fine quarterback at Mater Dei. Had them both in the first half. They lost the game 28-21, but this kid comes up big.
And now what you got to do if you're the Cubs, you've got to take some chances on the defense. You've got to try to go for the football. You've got to try to create a turnover.
Now the Cubs still have 3 timeouts. They should be calling them on defense. We're down to 1:38 left. Kind of surprised they didn't call one there.
Fumble.
Let's see who got this one. This could change the complexion in a hurry.
I think that Bishop Amat was able to fall back on the football that time. Russell jumped on the football, a bad exchange, etc. And now they do call timeout.
Wait on. When you get an interception, you fall down. I don't want you running with the ball.
Cubs will get it back if they can make the stop on this next play. We'll step aside. The waning moments of the championship game. Who will win? Loyola or Amat? Come back. We're going to find out.
My name's Jack Holliday. I make a good cop, but I make an even better sandwich. I'd been tracking down Frankie Malone, and all I could think about was Polish ham on soft potato bread, layered with Miracle Whip. The jar was empty. I went for the mayo, but my gut said Bland City, so I borrowed some from Annie. Smart move. A third less fat than mayo and a tangy zip. Nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip made my sandwich nice and sassy. Kinda like Annie, but that's a whole nother story.
Did you know that during the 17th annual Toyota-thon, you could get $2,000 in value package savings on a Toyota T100? Did you know that the Toyota Tacoma 4x4 was named Pickup Truck of the Year? Or that you can lease a Tacoma 4x2 for only $199 a month? Well, I did. How did I know? I heard my sister's boyfriend tell her about 1,000,000 times.
So which one do you think I should get?
How about both? Don't forget, Toyota-thon ends soon.
1:28 remains at the LA Memorial Coliseum. One of these two teams will have their 5th section championship. One of them will be heartbroken. It'll be Grady's team. Or will Salter's squad win it? There's Steve Grady pacing the sideline. His team needs a defensive stop. It's 3rd and 7. Brown getting loose, but he falls down shy of the necessary yardage, and Loyola will jump in and kill the clock.
Well, Brown just improvises right here. You see him make a nice move right there. He sees nothing. He comes back to his right. His feet just can't contain that time, and he goes down. He was being pursued very heavily that time. Capalbo was going to bring him down, and we've got a 4th and what, about 4 yards? 4th and 4 to go.
Well, there's the timeout situation. Loyola just used one.
Well, they have one left, and it looks like they will get an opportunity to move the football here. One last-ditch effort. You go for the block right here, Randy, or you go for the return?
I think it's a real possibility they go for the block, although they have Vanis back now on the return, so maybe they'll peel back. Arco and AMPM, the title sponsor of the CIF, salute all those athletes who have that winning spirit. And there's a lot of them that have played high school football over this weekend in both the city and CIF championships. 2 divisions in the city. CIF has 10 major divisions and then 8-man football. But the big division, Division I, you're looking at, and these two are battling to the bitter end. 10 on the line, now 9 on the line. As 2 drop back, they go for the block and he gets it off. Vanis, the fair catch, and he has it at the 24. Well, here is the story for Loyola. They need 76 yards. They have but 1 timeout and 1:14 to win the crown.
This is, of course, a position they did not want to be in. They didn't want to have to bring it down to their passing game to win the football game. You got to watch for Peterson here, of course.
And McGoldrick, and there's Salter. These seconds going by slowly for him. Kasper looking. Safety valve is incomplete. Wanted Mike Vanis. 2nd and 10. Kasper felt the pressure.
And of course, the field goal isn't going to do him any good, so Amat really is in the prevent defense now.
A lot of heat on this play. They were coming after Kasper.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, they know he's going to be throwing the football. And you know what's amazing here, they're coming after him. There was no blitz. They're coming after him with a 4-man line. They just were able to get to him. Good job on the part of the defensive line that time. They weren't blitzing. They weren't doing anything fancy, just coming real hard.
He's 8 of 14, 111 yards. He's been picked off. Ray Kasper on the roll to his right. Looking for Peterson. Ralph Brown interception. Now the Lancers are in a terrific spot to claim the championship. And Steve Grady knows it on the other sideline.
It just took way too long to develop that time. Brown was able to play it perfectly, move in, snatch the ball just before it came to Peterson. And truly your player of the game, as far as I'm concerned, certainly for Bishop Amat, has got to be Ralph Brown. Fading that time, trying to minimize that outstanding pass rush that's coming at him from the Lancers. You see Brown make a nice catch right there.
His 6th INT of the year, leading the team. He brought one back for a touchdown. But like Martinez, that's the biggest interception of his career. Russell will down the ball. We're down to 28 seconds left. The Lancers know they're going to win the title. Steve Grady knows his team came up short again against Bishop Amat. And now, the celebration. It is official. The Lancers are the champions. And that nightmare from a year ago in the form of modern day is history. They have atoned for the disappointment. They are the kingpins of the southern section.
Well, you know, Salter said when that game was over last year, he hasn't had a good night's sleep in the last 12 months thinking about that game, thinking about that opportunity. His players dedicating this season to winning this city championship, this CIF championship football game. And that dream and that dedication has paid off this evening. The monkey is off of his back. Outstanding job on the part of the Lancers.
12-1-1, good enough for Amat's title. The Cubs of Loyola fall to 11-3 and have the disappointment. These players know each other. They're from the same Delray League conference. So they're heated rivals, but they both have great respect for the other sideline. This was a dandy. 2 years in a row, we've had great games on Channel 13, UPN, and this game features year in and year out some of the great prep action in the United States. We will collect our thoughts, come back to the Coliseum. The Lancers are the champions.
On the next nightstand, one night stand reunion.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Sounds like this guy really popped your weasel.
I'm still sold.
They promised me a Grand Slam breakfast.
So you got your Grand Slam, you just didn't get breakfast. Then,
Have you ever worn your mother's underpants?
Mama's boys.
I like to kick these freaks.
One night stand reunions, and Are You a Mama's Boy? On the next nightstand with me, Dick Dietrich.
Coming up tonight at 11 on UPN 13.
Did you find it? Did you find it?
No. Sure, she was carrying a Petco bag.
Yeah, a big one. You see any rawhide?
No.
Any studded collars?
No.
Any chew toys?
No, there's no fuzzy mice, there's no jingle balls, there's no cat track like I specifically asked for.
Pets can't wait to get their paws on gifts from Petco. Now save $2 on all 20-pound, $3 on 40-pound dog and cat food, like Nutro, Imes, and Science Diet.
I smell catnip.
Don't inhale.
Too late.
Petco, where the pets go.
So, have you heard? Now, everyone, everywhere, can sample and buy their favorite music right over the phone. Introducing 1-800-MUSIC NOW. You call, you listen, you like, you buy.
I had Frankie Malone on 24-hour surveillance. But all I could see was roasted turkey on Russian rye with a smooth layer of Miracle Whip. Trouble was, the only thing in sight was mayo, but it had no kick.
You happy now, Holiday?
Yeah. Now I had a sandwich that'd make a grown man weep, which is what I wanted to do to Malone. With a third less fat than mayo and a tangy zip, nothing makes a sandwich like Miracle Whip.
Hey, she looks familiar.
It's Annie.
What?
Artie Ojeda back at the LA Coliseum, where Bishop Amat has won the 1995 Division I championship, defeating Loyola. The final score, Bishop Amat 14, Loyola 10. Time now for our trophy presentation. A couple of very important people we need to introduce to you with the CIF, the Commissioner, Dean Crowley, the Southern Section President, Dr. Kenneth Gunn, and Mr. Crowley with a very important presentation.
Mr. Skorkus from the ARCO AMPM is going to present you the championship trophy.
Coach, before I present you the trophy, great game, well-disciplined game, good luck, and on behalf of ARCO, I'd like to present to you the section championship plaque.
Well, Mr. Duval, I'd like to thank ARCO and AMPM and CIF. It's great.
Coach, gonna have to make some room on your mantle for that. That's very nice. Your thoughts on tonight's battle?
Our kids played so hard, so did theirs. We're very fortunate. Everything went our way, and I'm just so happy. Very thankful.
Before tonight's game, you said a day had not passed without thinking about last year's loss. Perhaps tomorrow you can think about today's win.
That's right. I'm going to enjoy it. And this senior class is something special, and Bishop Amat with the fans, support, and administration. I'm just a very lucky man to be coaching here.
Talk about the
CIF Player of the Year because he was unbelievable offensively and defensively. He's just too much. Whatever college gets him is going to be very happy.
All right, Coach, congratulations on a great win tonight, 14-10. I knew that was going to happen. Better him than me. We're going to try to find Ralph Brown. Ralph Brown, the hero of tonight's game. Brown tonight, 2 touchdowns, a big interception. Ralph is in there somewhere. Well, tell you what, we're going to throw it back upstairs to Randy and Ron. It's bedlam down here on the football. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you, Artie. That suit needed to be cleaned anyway. So that's what the water was there for, to help Artie Ojeda clean his suit. But I think Tom Salter still won't sleep. There's no way he's going to sleep tonight. Either most of the players on either sideline, heartbreak for Loyola, and obviously a very happy group at Bishop Amat.
Well, again, as he said, they dedicated themselves to this evening. It's been a year in coming. An outstanding game, an outstanding player in Ralph Brown, of course, and they were able to squeak out a victory well-deserved.
How about Ralph Brown, who scored both touchdowns when catching and running, and the key touchdown, the 16-yard run that culminated the winning drive at a